me as well. It was really cool to see like the relationship he has with Gina Rollins. Like they're married. It was really cool to see acting in those roles for him. Like it's super cool that they had that like creative partnership.
Oh, what do you think, Jalen?
It was fine.
Boo.
Is that a relationship you desire, Ian?
Yeah, I love to work with stuff with Ashlyn. So that's the dream, doing stuff together like that.
Interesting.
Oh, by the way, Anthony didn't mention it, but we have 1.5 guests today because Jalen's also here, but as not as an official guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was about to get to that after we introduced Ian.
Could you reintroduce him, by the way?
Oh, what happened?
Just the audio error.
Yeah, sorry about that. We just had to.
Okay.
That's a
What's
cool
going
ass
on,
angle.
film fans? Episode 39 of the Screen Tongue podcast. You know, it's great. How long have we been doing this? Almost 3 years. It's going to be March when Norby's known Elwood for 3 years.
True.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. In our penultimate episode before we get to episode 40, another director deep dive. So listeners, please stay tuned for that. Give us some recommendations in the chat beforehand before we get to it. Because, you know, a director deep dive usually isn't just one episode. That's a whole journey.
True. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple guests on today. First, I want to give some recognition and shout out to our angle cutter, our host for the evening, Mr. Johnny Cisneros.
Johnny. And I would just like to say, I am just so happy to be here. And I'd like to give some recognition back to Anthony for recognizing me.
What flavor Four Locos do you have?
So we're working with electric lemonade.
You just have the default for logos,
Yeah,
right?
I'm the guy changing the cameras, and somehow that warrants to be the most intoxicated.
You know what I realized about Johnny's job cutting the different angles? I would just point it out. Johnny's basically playing FNAF.
Yeah, he just
It's low-key. He's playing FNAF.
Bro,
There was a point where Johnny did not want to play FNAF on the podcast. Here.
and now he plays FNAF every 2 weeks.
And
I'm
you're
like
really good at it.
I'm like competitive with it. Like,
Johnny has like basically 70 plus playing IRL FNAF.
and you know what? I've never lost. I've never lost, so it's okay. It's all right. Okay.
Well, thank you, Johnny. Speaking for myself, and I think for all of our regular podcast members and audience members, we appreciate your service you provide. Next up, I want to mention a special guest who was not even announced on this podcast, but is a friend and collaborator nonetheless. I want to welcome Miss. Before I even say her name, production designer, film student. Visual artist, animator,
Bros emoting.
and homie, Jalen Thomas to the podcast. Thank you for being here, Jalen.
Hello.
Round of applause.
We appreciate you not only you being here, but you participating in watching a group viewing of one of the Screen Tongue movies. You know, that's a special thing. Every time we've ever watched a Screen Tongue movie together, I remember it and I hold it genuinely in my heart. So I appreciate you being there for that. Last but not least, our official guest for the evening, director, writer, film student, Starbucks manager, Mr. Ian Watson, at Mr. Ian Watson, is here on the podcast tonight. Can we get another round of applause?
What's up, film fans?
Pause. What's up, film fans? So, anything you guys want to talk about on your recently watched?
Too many.
I just want to
too
mention,
many.
I'm just going to say 2 films because I can ramble a little bit. I watched Maestro the
Oh,
new Bradley
shit.
Cooper film with a couple friends, a couple other film fans at the Beverly Theater. Shout out to my place of employment, the Beverly Theater. And I just want to say a couple things. First, to give some context, I've been a Leonard Bernstein fan since I was 13 years old. I'm a band geek first and foremost, and not only as a composer but as a conductor. This man has been a big influence in my life. I was a drum major in high school, which means I conducted the marching band, and I would deadass watch this guy's videos, performances at concerts growing up. So this movie's been on my radar since like 2018 when it was announced, and by no means a perfect film, but I enjoyed it. I'll say masterful cinematography from Matthew Lee Batik of Darren Aronofsky fame. Genuinely, shot on film. Versatile. Sometimes too, the camera just holds, and which highlights. Secondly, what I want to sort of give props to, which are the performances, and Bradley Cooper, first and foremost an actor, now director. The performances shine, and not even just from him, but from Carey Mulligan. Honestly, probably even more than him. But across the board, great performances, and more than anything, I think my issues with the film come with the script and some of the way that Leonard Bernstein's life is sort of plotted in the movie. I understand the sort of angle in tackling and focusing on the relationship, but I told this after I watched the movie too. Sometimes watching the movie, I wanted to just watch a documentary about Leonard Bernstein instead, just to get the straight up facts, because he has in my opinion, a genuinely interesting career, and nonetheless, I think a good film. I've heard a couple criticisms, calling it Oscar bait and whatnot, and I see that, and I recognize that, and I acknowledge that, but I don't think it was just made to get awards. I think there's something there. I think that I'm glad that there's some type of movie like this made about a man like that, because he's a complex character at the end of the day. And they played one of my favorite compositions from him. It's called Overture to Candide, an opera he wrote early in his career. It's the overture to it. It's a great song. It's great to hear in the theater. I'll just say that's as my recently watched. I watched a couple other things, but that was great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Maestro yet, but I watched the Directors on Directors with Bradley Cooper and Spike Lee.
Is the Variety one? Oh wait, no, is it this the two?
Yeah. And like Spike Lee congratulated him for the film, and Bradley Cooper like almost cried. Like you could tell it like meant a lot to him, and like for everyone saying how Oscar bait it is, it sort of like made me think like Bradley Cooper genuinely seems to really care about the movie and such. So it's kind of an unfair thing to say, I feel like.
Yeah, he co-wrote it with somebody, and to me, I could tell he believed in it, and not only just because he worked on it so much, but he was trying to get Steven Spielberg to direct it for a long time, and it wasn't
really.
It wasn't until Steven Spielberg saw his first film, A Star Is Born, where he told Bradley, like, no, you're gonna direct this, like you can do it. I don't need to come in and step in and do this or anything like that. And I sometimes I feel like you could kind of tell like this was kind of teed up for a Spielberg type of presentation of the story, and the way it kind of, for lack of a better word, just milks certain emotional beats. Feels very Spielberg-esque. But I think it was well directed. The shots linger, and like I said, performances sing. But yeah, you should check it out, Ian.
For my like recently I watched The Conversation for the first time the other day, and I really loved it. The scenes where Gene Hackman's like editing or mixing the sound from the different tracks that they recorded on was insane to watch. Like the way it's just manually done on like every single thing. It was really like captivating. And the sort of ending too, it was interesting because there was almost like a horror element to it. And I didn't expect that at all. I mean, obviously it's a Coppola movie, so you expect it to be good, but it
Was it not?
I loved it. I loved it. Like, it exceeded those expectations.
Gotcha,
Like, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Okay.
But
It came out in, I believe, 73.
Yeah.
It came out the same year as Godfather 2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so he
Wow,
made
that's
he made it
crazy.
in between Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. So literally probably at the peak of his sort of creative abilities.
Wow.
And I don't it genuinely I don't think it gets enough recognition
Mhm.
as it deserves for
Yeah.
being just a great film.
Have you guys seen The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie
No.
with
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, the weed movie.
Yeah. There's a whole line. There's a whole monologue about Francis Ford Coppola making the conversation in the movie. He said, "Imagine making Godfather 1 and Godfather 2, and just shitting out the conversation in between like two asterisks."
And then he made
said
Apocalypse
that?
Now.
That's what he says.
Coppola undefeated in the 70s.
Mhm.
Really, to me, more than Spielberg, Scorsese, De Palma, he ruled the 70s.
Yeah.
He really did.
Is it absolutely
Yeah.
crazy that I've never seen Godfather 1 or Godfather 2? Or
You haven't? You didn't watch
I've
that with
never
me and
seen-
Dad?
No.
Oh,
I've never
man.
seen any of the
Holy
Godfathers.
shit.
Is that really just like a
You sh-
sin?
Yeah, you should
Um,
watch that with your dad for
Yeah,
sure.
you should.
With my
With
father.
your dad specifically, yeah. With our
Really?
dad specifically, yeah.
So if I had to watch it with my mother, it'd be diminished?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Sorry.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like you only really need to watch the first one. I think the second one,
The second
one-
No,
Personally-
second one's a great film.
second
It's
one's
also
better
a
than
great
the first one.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, what were you gonna say? You're gonna say it wasn't as great.
No, it's still a great movie. It's just I feel like the first one is just like I don't know. I guess like to me the first one's like perfect,
Sure.
and the second one's like almost perfect.
The second one does like you need to have watched the first one
Mm-hmm.
to watch the second one, but
Sure.
Mhm.
I don't think that takes away from if the first movie is perfect. You know how hard it is to make a sequel, and not only is the sequel, watchable, but it's genuinely it builds upon the first. It almost makes the first one better when you watch the sequel.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Which to me is a big thing
Yeah.
about it.
So what does that say about the third one then?
The third one, all I'll say is that Francis Ford Coppola at the end of the day, is a human being, an American man, and he needs to make a living.
You know what he made after that? Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Let's go.
That movie's
He also made the Robin Williams children movie.
Jack.
He also made Michael Jackson's Captain EO for Disney.
Yes, sir.
Did
Really?
you watch the one video, like the deep dive on his career?
Oh,
The-
by the white guy,
The Patrick Willems.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
Patrick
watched
Williams.
all of them.
Shout out to Patrick Willems. He honestly, we should do it too. But Francis Ford Coppola has a wine company.
Yeah.
We should make a wine company.
But okay, no.
We should make a beer company.
If you subscribe to his
Wait,
wine
hold up.
company, you get wine every month, but then you also get a monthly Zoom call with Francis Ford Coppola.
Let's go.
If we were to
What?
make a beer company, what would it be called?
I don't.
Backcountry Brew.
BCTV.
BCTVB. No, BCB.
Beer country.
Beer Country.
That's pretty good. That's a contender for sure.
Better not be some silly IPA.
Okay. What else did you watch again?
I've also been getting into the films of Trey Edward Schultz, thanks to Anthony's recommendation.
Let's go.
I watched Waves. Oh, Anthony, go ahead and.
No, I just publicly for all of our viewers, all 7 of our viewers out there, I want to say I want to apologize to Ian because I didn't give you a thorough response to the messages you sent me. Because once he saw Waves, he sent me some great messages about it. I was kind of saving it for the next time I saw you in person, but I'm glad you checked it out.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about it?
Waves was really. It's definitely one of my favorite movies of the last 5 years or so. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but I really loved the way it looked. I mean, of course, but everything felt super raw. Like the relationship with Kelvin Harrison and I forget his father.
Oh, the father,
Sterling.
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown. Their relationship was really interesting, and it sort of made me reflect on like I don't know, father-son relationships. And then the second half with Taylor Russell, I liked probably even more than the first half, and I loved the first half, and that was great.
I would agree with you there. I'll be honest, it's a film that inspirational wise I carry with me into pretty much every project I do. From a visual standpoint, because I do work a lot in the camera department or on that side of things, and some of the stuff they do in that movie, or even just the sort of embracing of, okay, we're gonna shoot this even on an Arri Alexa at a high ISO, just to get some organic nature out of what should be a technically perfect camera. Yeah, super cool. And I'm glad you checked it out. I think a film that is a good representation of our generation, or just at least popular culture within that. And I don't think we get that as much. It's nowhere near something like Bodies.
Yeah.
Bodies is a perfect film. This is the best film of last year.
Nice.
Now I was gonna ask you guys, what's a film that you guys take with you into production, like you keep in mind?
For me, it always feels kind of random. It always feels like it comes to me randomly in that moment. Mm-hmm. Like let's say I'm working on set, and randomly just I don't know. I guess the best answer I could give you is random.
I think it depends on what you're working on.
I guess, could you give me an example?
No.
Like for Gut Shot, what was in your mind?
Maybe in some regards, like some type of like Lars von Trier type of thing at times.
Are you
just
for real? Lars von Trier?
Yeah, because of the handheld camera.
Okay, sure.
That type of stuff.
Okay.
That type of stuff.
While Norby's currently writing a script at the moment. It's called Mr. Mighty U.S. President. What's in your mind while you write that?
Recently a lot of Fight Club. Not really because of the actual movie, but because I read the script, and because when I was reading the script, the action lines weren't really too interesting, but the dialogue and the narration was, like when I read it, was immediately. It had a presence and like a magic to it that I felt really drawn to. And so while I'm writing, I really try to pay attention to like what feels good and what feels like almost like it has a magic to it. And not necessarily that I'm capturing that or like recapturing that, but like that's what I'm paying attention to while I'm writing, is really trying to almost like what feels like what could be zeitgeisty, maybe that's not what I'm capturing, but like it's something that I'm actively thinking about more often than not. But yeah. That's a good question. Thank you.
What else you guys been watching?
Over the last few days, I watched Licorice Pizza.
I saw that.
I
saw that. Yeah.
And like, it's definitely not like, I don't know. I don't think it's his best movie or anything like that. It's just like sometimes it just feels genuinely just like awkward, kind of. But I really like that. I like how he goes back and forth with like Alana Haim's character the whole time through, and just the way they make it like. It's weird because sometimes it doesn't feel like a 1970s movie, but it definitely looks like a 1970s movie, like all the way through. And I guess just one shot to point out is like when the Life on Mars song is playing with David Bowie, when the gas is like $40 per gallon. Which, think about that.
Are you serious?
Think about $40 per gallon in 1973.
When minimum wage is like $1.
What? Wait.
When minimum wage is like $1.
Hey, bro, like $40 now would be awful. Like $40 back then would be like at least $80 now. Like
they said that.
What year was it?
Gas was $40 a gallon.
No, you see that in the movie. Like it says $40.
Yeah, that
$40.90 regular, $44 unleaded.
I don't know. I don't remember.
There's a line where Gary Valentine says to his brother, like, "The world is ending."
Yeah.
Like it's a great shot where all these basically like era cars are like lined up, and it's a tracking shot all the way down.
I remember that shot.
And
yeah.
like right when the course hits, it stops on a sign that says like out of gas or something like that.
Yeah. How do
And, just a
Crazy.
great sort of shot production, great production design.
I wanted to ask a question to you, Elijah. Then, how do you feel, or what do you think about then, where maybe certain details or like craft things like that might get overlooked because people sort of dismiss it for it being this the certain story about her dating a minor or whatever.
Yeah, that's like that's the thing about it that
Ooh.
that's part of the movie, and like
Do you agree with
I
it?
think I don't know if that's like what the conversation's about
You
or
know
what
what?
the question asked.
I think that just goes to
But-
show how dope his character is. Right? I mean, like, the dude is so dope. You
Like,
know?
it's
You know?
crazy because like they kind of break up like 3 times and then she still kisses him.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's, like, still in high school.
I
And
think
she still
I
kisses him.
I think like that's a sort of thing where the movie explains what it is within the first like 10 to 15 minutes, and if you're not on board with that, you're probably not going to be on board with like the moralistic sort of things that the movie presents. But I think that aside, you can't like disagree with like the value put into the production design, the costumes, things like that. So when a shot like that happens, I think it's okay too to like not like what a movie's like trying to say thematically, but respect what it's just doing like visually. Like you came there to see something, and to see like all these throughout the movie, to see all these people dressed a certain way, to see all these cars, to see just like the fact that like there's locations that look like they are not modern. I don't know how exactly they did that, especially during COVID. Like the movie came out in 2021, so I'm sure they were working on it at some point in 2020, early 2021. So I think that's a feat in and of itself. I don't think it's the strongest script out there. I think it's just like it's a little goofy. It feels like a movie he just like it felt like he wanted to make a 70s movie.
Hey, yo,
And I
sorry
think he
to
did that.
interrupt you guys. Sorry to interrupt. We got a comment from Momentos Bruh TV. He
Another
says,
TV.
apparently, he says, Johnny hammered as fuck. and you know what? That's okay. That's all right to me. So,
Wait,
how
what
do
is
you
it- what is
guys
it- what
feel
is-
about
Momentous,
that?
Bruh? That's Zach.
Yo.
Oh,
Zach.
I'm Mr. Pop. I'm Mr. Pop. Okay,
What's
but
up, Zach?
What's up, Zach?
Good to hear from you, man.
I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be honest. I've watched Pusher 2 and
Yeah, there's a way to change it.
what's the movie? The Scare of 1996.
The Scary of 61st.
61st.
That shit fucked me up. I thought that's what we were talking about. You guys are talking about like Mark Kubrick.
Who the fuck is that?
Well, okay, I guess I think that's a
Whoa,
good
I-
segue
I've
into our
lost
movie. Is
point.
there anything else anyone wants to mention before we get into
I had 2 things I want to mention. One,
Hold up.
What
Let me
can you-
mention them, Norby.
Wait,
What
let
can
him change
you-
the title. It's still on Halloween 3.
bruh.
All right. Can someone pass me a
So-
taco?
Which one?
I'm gonna go hard this time.
Yo, my boy, stay hard.
Who can guess what $40 was
Can you pass me a
according
sauce,
to inflation right now? 1973, $40. What is that right now?
$67.31.
Okay.
83.42.
Okay. Anthony?
What was the original
All right,
price?
1973,
No, it's 1973 when the movie takes place. So $40 back then. What is it now?
74.31.
74.31.
I'm gonna go 76.
Okay. Nora, you want to guess or you? What are you guys doing over there?
They're changing the.
Oh,
It's on Halloween 3.
All
I
right.
love you so much, bro. You're my
Jalen,
bro.
you gotta. Did you see what it was? Oh, okay. So I think the one who's the closest was Ian.
How much higher is it?
$40 in
bro.
from right now from 1973 is $276.
What?
Right now.
Is that like California math or what?
I just searched up what's $40 now from 1973.
A fuckload of money.
Every website I'm checking says $279.33 in
Yeah.
2023.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody said the world was ending. If it was $40 in the 70s, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Very quick thoughts on inflation. What, like 3-word response?
I thought about it
Not a
during
fan.
Pusher.
Wait, what'd you say, Ian?
Not a fan.
Not a
Three word answers.
Make beer cheaper.
my 3-word answer would be suck my dick.
Hey, that's out of pocket.
Print more money.
What'd you say?
Print more money.
They did that. That's what caused this, you fucking idiot.
Oh, mine? Mine would be.
Yeah.
That's 3 words. And then, actually, no, that's all I had to say.
What'd you watch, Elwood? What were you going to say before all this?
Jalen has something to say.
What about you? What did you watch? Oh, okay. Blowout. I really, really, really like Blowout to the point I'm considering, like, that's my top movie.
Wow.
I've only seen it once, but genuinely, yeah. And I was gonna say the conversation, great movie. That bedroom of hers with the scarf on the lamp, stolen it. That movie was like where I was like, yeah, I'm doing production design because it was just her bedroom. I was like, that's beautiful, beautiful lighting. Even if it is just to soften the light, it looks good too. So.
What the
Great
fuck
movie.
did you just say?
What?
Johnny, you put the scare of 61.
Is that not the movie?
61st. So ST.
Like the street.
61st.
Not like the year.
It's the scary. The
Oh,
scary.
dude,
Yeah, the
I
scary
can't
one.
even go back. I can't even go back to that. That was like
That's
ages
good,
ago.
whatever. Good enough.
But what I watched.
Hey, my bad though.
I'll
My bad though.
I'll keep it 1. I rewatched Woman Under the Influence today. It was really nice seeing it on the big screen. I've only ever seen it on like a DVD. And yeah, Ian had said something before the podcast where he said that a lot of people like talk about like John Cassavetes, like what would you say, like directors?
Yeah, it's like watching A Woman Under the Influence is like seeing what all the directors that I like today get their style from, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can definitely feel that and see that. I know a lot of actors always like to like mention Gina Rowlands specifically from this film, but also just from all of her other roles with Cassavetes. But yeah, no, it's a special film. It's just everything about it. I love it a lot. And he's just I'm just so sad he died so too soon.
When did he die?
He died in like the 80s.
He wasn't even
What?
60.
He wasn't even 60
He
yet.
was like
Bro, he died-
59.
What do you-
What did he die from?
I think he died from like
Cancer.
cancer, yeah, some sort of
He
cancer.
smoked. He was a chain
assassinated.
smoker. He smoked
Dude,
cigarettes.
watching Woman Under the Influence, he had to be.
Yeah,
He
no.
had to be a chain
That's
smoker.
that's fucking hella stressful.
Yeah,
What do you-
he
what-
had to be a chain smoker.
What do you think about
Um,
people dying? Like that's so sad.
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up, bro.
Fuck you.
It's crazy because Gina Rowlands is still alive.
Yeah, she's
She's
still
like
really-
96.
so is his son making films to
Nick Cassavetes.
yeah, Nick
director of The
Cassavetes.
Notebook.
director of The Notebook. He also just made a film called God is a Bullet.
Let's go.
That sounds sick.
It actually did look kind of fire, but
That's what Alex Jones describes God as, like a being who's like traveling like a shooting star through the universe.
How do you know that? You listen to the podcast.
Yeah, trying to find his
Holy
his
fucking
creator.
bro,
I'm surprised you fucking know that.
I think about that on the daily.
I
I think about that just as much as I think about Jeffrey Epstein.
oh, that's a great
I think it's
segue.
I think it's the most not the most depiction, most
Love-
accurate depiction of God I've ever heard. from
Let me
Alex
tell you
Jones.
something. Let me tell you something about God. All right. Wait, no.
Okay.
Now that I have the floor,
Do you?
let me tell you something.
Okay.
So, if God is truly a bullet, that means that also at the same time as he's doing damage, right? So he's killing people, right? Because a bullet.
Shut the fuck.
Wait, no, wait. He's also. He could be good. He could be good. I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but at the same time, it's like while he can be bad, used for bad, it just depends what God shot at.
I mean,
Well, if he's a bullet, that means something shot him.
Well,
that's what he's searching for.
Who's
But
holding
you
the gun?
can't search for that when you're on that trajectory.
the way that Alex Jones described his depiction of God, or like the way he saw God, he had images of like
This is
being
entertaining.
God. He said that God was a comet. He said that God was a comet. Like there's a head and there's a tail. And so to me, that almost reminds me more of like a sperm cell than anything. So it's like a weird sort of like, I don't even know. You have to listen to the podcast.
It's circular.
Wait, is
so
it
you're
Joe
saying
Rogan?
God's cum?
Yeah, it's like that is a podcast that made me want to start podcasting.
Okay.
So you're saying God's
first
just a
one?
fat load?
Basically, as God's a sperm cell. Yeah.
No, bro. It's God is a love letter. Do you know what a love letter is?
Do you know what a fucking love letter is, you fuck?
Wait. That's kind of
bullet from my heart.
That's kind
It's
of
a
something
fucking
else.
bullet.
That's kind of
From a
something
fucking gun, you fuck.
No, that's kind of something else.
All right,
But,
guys.
um,
I think it's time.
You're
yeah,
right.
okay, it's time.
What about Mino Elijah?
Oh, all right. I asked. Does anyone have anything else they want to mention?
You go.
No, you go.
This man's about to pull up his
I was
letterbox.
gonna give up. I was gonna forfeit my recently watched.
Wait,
review.
wait, real quick. Am I being too loud?
Yeah, you are. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I recently watched Multiple Maniacs with some friends.
Ooh,
That might be here tonight.
John Waters.
That movie was insane. That movie actually reminded me a little bit of The Scary of 61st in some regard with how extreme it was.
How?
To show something to an audience that's just like extreme. I don't know. Other people here watch the movie. I wanna know what you
Wait,
guys.
really quick. Yo, Elijah, would you show something traumatizing to an audience?
Wait, sorry. Say it.
Huh?
If you had an audience of people waiting to watch your film, would you show them something that's truly traumatizing? To the person within the documentary, not to the person watching,
The
but
documentary.
to the person that's
Like you
inside of
induce
the
trauma into one of your actors?
No,
is
no,
that
no,
what you're
no.
asking?
yes, not to the people that are watching. Like obviously you can't necessarily dictate what they're watching and how that'll affect them, but to the person that you're actually like recording, who's acting, and whether it's real or not, would you show somebody something that's truly traumatic to them?
So the question is like,
I'll
say
show
like
the impact of the life.
I'm directing something and I'm trying to get like an emotional response from somebody, so I show
Not
them.
necessarily.
Bro.
Yeah, I felt truly traumatized on Gut Shot. So.
Yeah, I imagine. I think it's.
Elijah barfed for real.
I think it's not. I don't know. I think sometimes it's all right to show something to an audience that's disturbing, but also like if they don't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. So I guess it depends on what you're feeling at the moment and what you're trying to express towards people.
I agree. That's a good answer. That's
Alright.
actually what I was expecting. But for God's sake, you said something like, no, I would never show something traumatic. That would have been like, then why the fuck are you making a film? You know? Because isn't the point of the film, like, because I don't know shit about films, but isn't the point of a film to, like, show something that's
You've never seen before?
thought-provoking? Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
I think Multiple Maniacs was thought-provoking.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think trying to uncover the meaning behind the. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene where you think the movie's gonna end, and then a loud noise starts popping up,
Yeah.
and then something enters the screen that you never would have
Yeah.
expected. And I think just trying to unpack that, you know, not only in terms of like, why did they make this decision? How did they
How did they
do
do
this
it?
with like
Yeah.
their budget? You
Mhm.
know, like even if the movie, like the narrative or like the themes aren't necessarily thought provoking, like the film itself and the process of making it can be thought provoking, like in the
Mhm.
same way.
Or even like how much more budget they could have had it if they didn't have that scene, you know?
Yeah,
It's like they chose like, oh, we're going to put so much budget into making sure this scene
Bro,
feels...
that scene cost $37.
back then that was probably like $500 or something.
Fortune.
But yeah, that scene was amazing. That was
That
was worth.
when you said what the fuck, I died.
Yeah.
There was a guy
I
when we
was
were
like-
watching Multiple Maniacs who like every scene there's like there's something raunchy happening, like every like 5 minutes in that movie. There was a guy in front of us. He's like, I don't know, he was like balding. he looked like Bob from like Twin Peaks kind of, but like without the short hair or with short hair. And he was like every one of those raunchy scenes he'd be like, "Hell yeah." Like a purple.
Oh yeah, the dude right in front of us.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Fuck yeah. Hell yeah." Oh yeah, hell yeah.
It was so funny during the church scene.
Yeah.
I was pretty engrossed in what was going on.
Yeah.
And then Ashlyn like whispers to me. She's like, "Look at Elijah," and Elijah's just sitting there looking like.
No,
For,
yeah.
like-
So like
For like the scene was like 15 plus
Oh
minutes
my
long.
that was a very I was very mixed about that because part of me it reminded me of something I did one time, and then part of me
Pause.
Wait,
Pause. Pause.
What are you
part of
talking
me
about?
No
How
way.
does the church scene remind you of anything you've done?
the other part of me was like, damn, I gotta go to church tomorrow. That was like that was a little. But then the other thing
Tell
about
me.
it is like thinking about like the way
Whoa.
people from that era would have like viewed the movie.
How does the church scene remind you of anything you've done?
What did you do?
What did you do?
It's happened to Elijah before.
I don't know. If you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay, wait, okay, never mind. I remember.
Elijah,
okay,
I love you no matter what, but just be honest. Like I get I'm the token funny guy, whatever. What did you do?
So in the movie,
No. It's okay. It's okay.
so in the movie,
Wait, don't spoil it.
No, we can't.
Don't spoil it.
Can I say it? I'll say it in a non-spoilerish way. All you,
Whisper it in my
okay,
ear.
no. All I have to say is watch. Get that.
Okay.
All I have to say, if you want to understand what he means, is watch What Is a Bug.
Yeah.
That is it. That's all I have to say, right?
That's a
Yeah.
traumatizing sentence.
Wait, yo.
so
Imagine what is a bug, but super playful.
imagine like what is a bug
Bro,
plus
that's
like
me on
9
a Sunday.
minutes.
That's me and tomorrow.
Is there is it the part
Shut up,
in the bathroom?
No. It's just you gotta.
The bathroom.
It's just
And what is a bug?
you just gotta watch watch the movie and you'll
Oh,
immediately
okay.
understand.
You'll know when the
I
scene
don't-
happened.
I don't
You
wanna
will
watch
you'll
the
immediately
movie.
understand.
So it causes like mixed. Like when you watch someone else do it, you're like, okay.
Norby,
Well-
what'd you recently watch?
I watched Woman Under the Influence in Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland
Oh,
Drive.
shit.
You liked my
Yeah.
my review of it.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You.
You basically said it was like amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I did say it was amazing. Yeah, and it is.
You said that it transcended film.
Yeah, I think David Lynch is a genius. I think David Lynch is an absolute genius. I think he's not really. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he's still trying to make a movie, but like when I watch it, the way I feel about it when I'm watching it is almost like he's not trying to make a movie, but he's trying to make something that's like not really not
Like
necessarily
transcending film. Like
almost like transcending it, but almost like he's using it to explain something because it's
You
the
guys-
only format we have that
I'm
could
gonna be
explain.
right back. Sorry.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That's
Why'd
none
you-
of your business, really.
He's
Okay.
gonna go
I'm just gonna
vomit.
piss or something.
Okay. All right. Watch your step, Johnny.
I do want to say that David Lynch does practice. What is it called? Like
Transcendental
transcendence
meditation.
meditation.
Yeah.
So it makes it makes sense that he would make movies like this because it always feels like he's on some other level,
It all-
like the plane.
Yeah, and you could really tell. I mean, at least for me when I'm watching it, I could tell. Mulholland Drive, like I put in my Letterboxd review. And, I hate to frame it that way, but I did. Like it reminded me a lot of Lost Highway in terms of just purely just from the structural standpoint. I think that makes sense. But in terms of what he actually conveyed in that movie, I think it is like not really beyond a movie, but it just feels like he chose like film to be the format through which he would express this sort of not really otherworldly, but yeah, just transcendent sort of experience. And I'm surprised that people don't get it. I'm surprised that people watch and like, oh man, this is terribly written. This is like so surreal for the sake of being surreal, and it's like. If you understand anything about like just meditation, or if you understand anything about just like how surreal it is to, anything when it comes to death or meditation, it's like just the human experience. I feel like you'd understand this because it really is just like, it feels like he's trying to capture something that is not really a movie, but just more real than that, like more subscribe more so to what it's like to be like you and me every single day, and in a obviously in a surreal way, but he packages it in such a way that's so just genius. It's so like I can watch it, and I guess I don't know, I'm very biased. I've made lots of short films and on a student film level, but when I watch it, I see the themes, I see some of the writing, and I think he's an absolute genius. It was a great experience. Besides just how similar it felt to Lost Highway, that was the only thing for me that I felt like was kind of a negative to it.
What I appreciate about it is that it, like, as a movie, communicates not just like a sort of cognitive experience, which is a linear story, or a character development, or those type of general things, and goes more into this sort of physical and emotional experience. And it seems like that's the goal with the film, is to put you in a state to experience something that almost feels in some ways universal, like the trance-like sort of dream state that the movie lies within, that you can never really articulate. Even when you tell someone, I just had a crazy dream last night, you're telling them those linear beats of what happened, but what happened isn't what necessarily you also felt in the dream. And yeah, he's an expert at it.
There's like a scene where she's singing.
Yeah.
Is that the Silencio scene?
Yeah.
And what's she singing?
She's singing "Crying" by Roy Orbison, but in Spanish.
Literally. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
fucking
like,
dude. Kate recognized the song, and I was like really? And she's like, oh, this is a Roy Orbison song, but she's singing it in so it's in Spanish.
Yeah,
actually?
It's in Spanish.
And she's got an amazing voice.
But is she singing?
Is she singing?
Exactly. No.
Is it her?
I mean, yeah, but
Wait.
she does have an amazing voice.
Are we talking about dreams?
No, Johnny, shut the fuck up.
No, wait. I've had some absolutely crazy, whimsical dreams.
I had a friend. He called me after he watched it, and he said, "I just don't get it. I don't get the movie."
That your friend's an idiot.
So we were like, "Oh, what didn't you get?" And then he told us back the plot of the movie, and he understood what happened in the movie. And I said, "Okay, what didn't you get?" He said, "I just didn't know I don't get how to feel."
See, like that's a person that like they haven't they don't understand enough about like all these different aspects of life.
When did you start like feeling like you liked the movie?
I'm gonna take the last taco.
How far into the movie did you feel that way?
I'd say the first 20 minutes. Because the first 10 minutes is kind of like you're still like you're trying to understand it, but then the first 20 minutes is like I kind of get what he's going for. I've been introduced to like almost all the characters, and he's given me enough scenes where it feels like he's a master of his craft, but I'm still guessing as to what's happening. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like there's some scenes in the movie where it's like they have nothing else to do with like the rest of the movie at first, but it's like he introduces some characters that like really only come up in the movie like later on,
the
maybe
old
once or
people who
twice.
drive her.
And the way he introduces them is like there's almost like I was talking to Elwood about it. There's almost like a short film like in the first like 20 minutes of the movie, and it's really impressive because like for me it's really effective, and it almost scared me. He's just really good. It's really, I mean, I don't know. You might watch it and you might feel entirely different to it, and I can't say that I wouldn't understand it. I would still understand where you were coming from, but like when I watch the movie, it connects with me because of everything I've learned about life up to this point. And it's almost more like not really Like it's not really like a movie. It feels more like a life type of thing. It's a weird sort of thing.
I feel the exact.
Shut the
Stop.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I do want to say I feel like I don't really remember Mulholland Drive. I'll have to rewatch it. But with Lost Highway, I remember it just disturbed the fuck out of me. And I was like, I feel like it is telling me something, but I'm not sure if I have the skills yet to be able to sit down and really think about it. And it was the second time where I was like, oh, David Lynch really likes writing about like it's like the ego, the id, the super ego.
Yeah.
Where it's like it is like it applies to every human, but I think some people have trouble like, how the fuck does this apply to me? These are two lesbians and they're doing fucked up shit.
Like viewing it very literally,
Yeah, where I feel like it really is David Lynch is the type of guy where you're like, let me like strip this plot to the fucking bare bones, to its draws, and be like, all right, what are you trying to say? Even if it's some weird fuck up like wacko version, you're like, oh okay, I think I kind of get it. And even then, I feel like it's the beauty is like you're never gonna fully get it because David Lynch he says fuck you, I don't care. I'm gonna write whatever I want and I won't explain it.
What did you think like Naomi Watts' character was supposed to represent?
It was him.
Okay.
that's one way to put it.
Wait, imagine your name is David Lynch.
It's
like your last name's literally racist.
your last name is
Yeah, Elijah, you want to say what we're talking about?
Oh my god.
What?
Sorry, say it again, Elwood.
What's your question?
What he said right there. Do you have
Lynch?
anything to add to that?
My question was about Naomi Watts.
So what was your question? Like, what is...
Basically, what do you think Naomi Watts represents?
I mean, I think, when you boil it down... I mean, Elwood said David Lynch, but I mean, I feel like you could say that about like every character and any script that he's ever written, you know?
Well, no, I want to know what it means, though, in this movie.
I mean, do you want me to spoil the movie for you?
I've seen it.
You've seen Mulholland Drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I saw it like 3 to 5 years ago.
Okay, sure.
Hey, yo, sorry to interrupt you guys.
No.
We got a comment. It says, Lynch fans are racist. It's a done deal.
Is that Gabe?
It's from Gabriel Smith.
Gabe can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Gabe, you can just stop commenting. Honestly.
Hey, good. What is it? Wait, what is this?
Just kidding, Gabe.
I requested it.
Okay, cool.
For Naomi Watts. Oh, sorry.
No.
I don't know. I feel like because in the first half you could almost like argue that she's a representation of like innocence or like naivete. You know, she sort of thinks she's just gonna move to LA and everything's gonna work out, and she's trusting of people that are strangers and everything. But I think it's also sort of she represents the lies that people tell to themselves and the delusions, because an arguable interpretation of the film is that like the whole part of it was completely a delusion that she created to like escape from her own situation, sort of thing.
Right.
So I think she could be seen as like almost like coping, or like the part of the human condition that people like they put on the show for themselves to trick themselves into thinking that they're something that they're not.
Yeah, there's like a weird thing with her character, and the other character. What's the name of the brunette?
Laura Herring.
There's like a weird sort of dichotomy with them, like even visually, where it's like blonde hair, blue eyes, brunette, brown eyes, and then her character is there to become an actress, at least in the first half of the movie, where it almost feels like she represents innocence, but at the same time she doesn't, because like when she goes to the audition, she's like, she's very giving to the audition, like she's making out.
She gets into it.
Yeah, she gets really into it, and there's almost like a not really a subversion, but like a more subconscious sort of subversion to it, I guess, where it's like she is innocent, but at the same time she's not innocent at all. She understands fully what she's doing, and she's consenting to it, and she wants to fulfill her role to the best of her ability.
It feels like she's like auditioning for like a Harvey Weinstein sort of part.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
because it's a cool shot too. Because isn't it like it's like one long take that gets like really close on him.
Yeah.
And it's like really like, I forget what the dialogue is, but the intent feels like it's supposed to be sexual.
It's heavily sexual. Yeah, it's heavily sexual. It's like her parents are upstairs and she's basically having an affair with like.
Do you guys have a napkin?
No, we don't have a napkin.
There might be one.
We have tissues, don't we?
There you go.
You're a good man, Elwood. I mean, sorry, Ian.
Keep going.
But then there's also the second half of the movie where the entire narrative shifts, and it's about how the two women previously established in the first half of the movie are actually both actresses, and they've been engaged in a sexual relationship, and there's a lot of jealousy involved with it, and so it almost becomes like I read a review about it last night, which this guy had a lot of theories about it and whatnot, and it almost became about like how the second half was more about like what was actually happening, but it still wasn't quite, because it's still more of a flashback type of thing. And it was more like in the moments of death. Basically, in the moments of death, we're experiencing Mulholland Drive. Yeah. And so, to me, that is like, I just experienced the movie last night, and so I just read that. It's a lot to unpack. So I can't say I've really unpacked it all, but I knew when I watched the movie that this is something that deserves to be unpacked. Sorry.
After I saw it, I forget when I saw it. It was either 2019 or 2020, but I read Roger Ebert's review of it, and Roger Ebert, he gave it a 4 out of 4. He said it was great. He basically said the point of the movie was to like not talk about it with anyone else.
And that's why
like the silencio part.
Yeah.
Which I mean, until now I haven't. So
No, I think that's valid, I think that, but that's the part of the gold that I think he uncovered, is that he uncovered something that's so like not necessarily primal, but so instinctual and insightful, to like, obviously, he meditates a lot, so he was I think he was accessing parts of like meditation and subconscious thought that are beyond even maybe what he was even able to understand.
He achieved the flow state.
He achieved the flow state, and when you achieve the flow state, you don't understand it. You
we
just
be honest,
go with it.
I achieve flow state every Tuesday and Thursday.
Shut the fuck up.
No. It ain't even a big deal. It ain't even a big deal.
It's
I'll
interesting.
tell you what.
Wait.
You
Okay.
guys talking about a guy who achieves flow state.
Yeah.
Johnny, have you watched Blue Velvet?
Yes.
I invited you to movie night.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what. Blue Velvet, it takes a turn. Because a man who does what he does in that movie, which is change sides from good to evil, right? He doesn't necessarily stay a good guy. I think it's realistic, but it's also at the same time unrealistic, because while he does change from good to evil in the sense of like having sex with that girl, right? Remember that?
Yeah. Of course.
He's not doing it because he knows it's bad. He knows it's bad, but because he knows it's bad is what makes the movie so interesting.
Yeah. All right, so
it's truly beyond
Johnny,
the understanding of a gray character.
So imagine a movie that's at least 4 times as complicated.
That's my response to that.
Okay. All right.
We were listening to the Alex Jones David Lynch interview the other day.
Yeah.
And at one point David Lynch says something like, when you fall in love with an idea, basically just like you're thinking about it all the time, you follow that idea as like far as it'll take you. And it kind of feels like he tried to do that. Like he had this idea. It's not even about like being able to explain the idea to yourself. It's just about like following the idea and where it takes you.
What are you talking about?
It's weird. Like you have an idea for something, right? When you get an idea for something, how do you get it?
It just comes to me.
It just comes to you, and then like, do you think about it?
Yes.
Like, without someone forcing you to think about it, you think about it.
It's obsessed.
So David Lynch would probably say like, you know, in order to like create that idea or share that idea with people, you just have to follow as far as you can to like create that idea. You know?
We just witnessed a moment of brotherly love.
Why'd you do that?
Because I saw your facial expression, and I just want to let you know you're safe.
No, I just thought I would kiss Jalen on the head. I'm like, that's super wholesome. And then you did that to me.
So wholesome. No. That's so wholesome.
Okay, let's
Do you
start.
want
Let's start on one of the movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I'll leave you guys
makes
alone.
sense.
It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me.
Before
Are
we
you
switch,
sure?
it's David Lynch's birthday.
Oh, happy
Today?
birthday.
Or, well, technically
That's
yesterday,
true.
since
Wow.
it's after midnight.
Wow.
Dude,
It's also
I
Gage's
watched-
birthday.
I watched Mulholland. I watched Mulholland Drive on David Lynch's birthday.
But, yup.
That's crazy.
Wait, no, I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Let's go.
Wait.
Wait, what? Oh, me. I wanted to. Nah, I don't even care anymore.
Well, just say it. Just say it.
Say it, bro.
When else are you gonna say it?
Oh, when we talk about David Lynch again,
Okay, sure.
it's like a universal thing.
Wait, so
He's teasing the next director deep dive.
wait, so David Lynch is an Aquarius?
What? I never thought about it, but
You're fucking gay.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Wait, no, he's a Capricorn. That's what we are.
When is the cutoff?
Now.
February?
2025.
No, because
No,
we
Sagittarius.
should start on the movies, guys.
yeah,
He might be a
yeah,
Sagittarius.
Start on
shut
the
fuck
movies.
up. Let's
You guys,
start
we
It's
have
the year of the
5
dragon.
people watching.
Oh, what's up, film
6
fans?
people.
Bro, Johnny, stop.
Wait, shout out to the film fans out there.
He is an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yo, I just hit a fade. I just hit a fade.
I think
That was
it
a
touches
mistake.
on something that I think
Oh.
is.
Anyway.
We gotta.
Okay, what's the first?
Like as a film.
We can't hear you.
Who had to take a piss?
Yeah, go pee.
Go pee, bro.
Yo, give me another natty light and go pee.
Genius, but just cause like.
Or at least say it into the mic.
Say it into the mic, bro.
Yo, at least say it into the fucking extra.
Elijah, sorry, go take a go
Like-
pee your brains out.
I don't know. It's like it's almost like David Lynch makes it seem like everyone has these thoughts. He's just the guy that decided to like.
Bro,
write it
his
down.
name's racist. He is more
Johnny, shut the
impact
fuck
than
up,
you know.
bro.
All right, I'll just be
No, I know what you mean. It's like not everybody can think in the way that David Lynch does, or even like have the ability to think that, not even think, but I guess understand the way that he does. You know, like I can't say I'd want to make a movie that like David Lynch. You know, but when I watch it, I understand what he's going for almost. At least I feel that way. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm completely getting it wrong. But when I watch it, I feel like I'm connecting with him. You know, I feel like I'm understanding the ideas he's going for. I can understand where the ideas he got came from. I can't say I fully understand the ideas themselves. You know, it's such a weird, like subconscious thing. It's like very human, very like, it's very much so like it's just like rich with just like the power of existence. It's very like meditational, like what he does. It's very like almost Buddhist, you know, and it's but in that way it's so rich. It's like it's just powerful. But
I hate to say this, but no one responds to Norby right there.
Okay.
Well, Elijah gotta go pee.
I responded.
Johnny, no, shut the. Go pee.
Elijah, go
Wait,
pee.
be
Elijah, go
honest.
pee. Elijah, go pee.
Do you guys just want me to be quiet?
I think maybe with the Four Locos, yeah. Or do you want to switch here? I'll take the rest of the Four Locos if you're.
Is it tasty?
The Four Locos is crazy.
Let me
John, let
taste
me taste one sip of the Four Locos, and I was like, "Holy shit, I get it. I get why people fucking died off of this." Johnny,
Wait.
give me that thing. Give me that. Give me the rest of that. Here, you can have this.
Nah, I'm chilling. Wait, no, okay, fuck. Okay, I'm just trying to have a good podcast. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's happy.
We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay, we're in a good place.
Anything in the chat? Can you check the chat for us?
So unfortunately, it looks like there's only one comment, but it seems like on YouTube we have 3 viewers, and on Twitch we have another 3 viewers.
Oh, nice.
With the comment being Johnny hammered as fuck, which honestly I feel isn't true. I feel like I'm sober, and if this is being sober, that's okay to me.
That's like many people's last words.
Last words, bro.
Johnny, how much is left of your 4 Locos?
Like half.
All right, trade.
No, dude,
Trade.
that's not fair. You got a fucking full 15.
Johnny, I've been drinking more often than you. I can handle it a little bit better.
Dang.
Damn, that hurt.
He says, "Sit down."
When's the last time? When's
Wait, I had to switch
the last
camera.
time you drank? John, when's the last time you drank? I'm dead ass.
Like the fucking podcast.
Okay, last time I drank was last night.
Wait, hold up. Are you ready for this? Watch this. I want to be sober in 2 seconds. I know that's a good joke. Oh, I'm sober.
What the fuck?
You're
I
sober
just-
now.
Took it out of my fucking brain.
Johnny, trade. You can't handle the 4 Locos. I'm sorry. You
Can I
can't.
have another natty light?
Yeah, here's half. Here's more than half. Give me the 4 Locos.
You just got
Give
When,
me
when
the
you
full
guys
look.
were kids as brothers, did you feel weird sharing drinks or like the same straw?
I'll
Or
tell you
did
one
I
thing.
would.
care?
When me and Norby were really young, we were seriously different.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't understand him. He didn't understand me. But we knew we were, in a sense,
Bonded?
stuck. But in the same way, we loved it. Because I understood him in a way that was unique to me. And he loved me.
You're so fucking drunk, dude. Holy shit.
So, so in a lot of ways,
I want to try that.
Like,
I-
we were chilling.
Wait,
like,
I actually think that's an amazing
No.
segue into our first film of the evening.
Please, wait, stop.
bro, give him
You
the
got
4
15
Locos,
drinks
bro.
over there.
Ian.
And whatever this is.
Sorry, I ate it all.
Johnny, chill. Oh my
We got a
Yeah,
baby
whatever that is.
sleeping, bro.
Mateo. That's scary.
Mateo, think of Mateo, bro.
Yeah, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you better look at Mateo.
Ain't no way, bro. Come on.
You can't handle it.
I just want to try it.
Can you give it back, though? Can you give it back?
So what's the first movie, guys?
Ian, can you talk to us a little bit about your recommendation for the evening? Pusher 2?
Thank you.
Yeah, my recommendation comes by
Thank you.
Nicholas Winding Refn. His
Jeez.
debut feature back
Give me
in
Natty Light then.
in 1996 was The First Pusher, which was also Mads Mikkelsen's feature debut.
Yo,
And then he made a few films in between. He wasn't doing too well, like, commercially. So he sort of had to fall back to the Pusher trilogy, which was originally just a standalone film. But him and Mads decided to make Pusher 2 and then subsequently Pusher 3 with Zlato something. He was in Triangle of Sadness. He was in the first Pusher. And it's a super interesting film because it's a character study on Tawny, who was a side character in the first Pusher. Well, he's kind of a main character, but now it's like fully about him and his family life, his relationship with his father, and his finding out he has a child, and his sort of like, you see how stuck he is in his circumstances. So it's a really interesting character study. Great film. Excited to see what you guys thought about it.
What are your thoughts, Elwood?
I loved it. Well, I liked the first one a lot. When we watched it together, me, Norby, and Anthony.
Can you tell the story of what that was like?
What was like
Watching
the first
Pusher.
One? The first one?
Pusher. I mean, so is it okay if I tell it?
Yeah.
So basically, we had Anthony's Mac set up with it because we couldn't watch it on the TV because we have some guests over. And I was all like, let's just watch the intro.
Yeah. So I had seen the intro like the day before, and I watched the first 10 minutes. I was like, okay, this is pretty fire. But then we sat down, and by the time we actually got to watch, like, start the movie, Anthony's like, I don't think I'm gonna watch a movie tonight, guys. And we're like, okay, fine. And I said, but put on the intro though, because the intro is like badass, because it's like Tony. What are the other names?
Was it like Frank?
Like Frank, Tony, like the comic book origin shots.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like Sin City, not necessarily because Sin City did that, but just kind of reminded me of that. But so I was like, let's watch the intro. But then after the intro, we were like, fuck, this is kind of sick.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
yo.
then we just watched the rest of it.
What's up?
Sorry to interrupt. We get a comment.
Okay.
Okay.
Truly feels like an era of filmmaking is ending. Scorsese and Lynch are old as fuck now. For example, period. Where do you guys think we're going? Is film worse?
Who said that?
Yeah, who said that?
Gabriel Smith.
Gabriel Smith.
Yo, okay.
Gabe. I mean, keep going, Elwood. We'll get back to that.
Okay, so fuck
But
me.
No.
no, we said fuck Gabe.
Yeah, we said fuck Gabe.
Okay, fuck Gabe.
Johnny, take like a 5-minute break off of that Four Locos at least.
He added his Natty Light into the Four Locos.
I know. I was hearing him do that. Take a 5-minute break. Can you promise me that? Promise me. 5-minute break. Okay, thank you.
Break.
5-minute break. Cool. All right.
But yeah, after the first one, very much it reminded me of something like the Safdie brothers would have done or something like that. Very run and gun, like
Apologize.
a week in the life of.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have the same question of, what the fuck's the second one about then? Like, how do you make
Right.
the sequel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that at least Nicholas Winding Refn asked himself that, because this is a great film. It's I really liked it a lot. I think it is an interesting character study. I like it way more than the first one. The first one's like, I feel like anyone could have made it. This one feels a bit more special. It feels very much like whatever you call the kind of films that Nicholas Winding Refn makes now, like Drive and Onward.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like the start of whatever the fuck he wanted to make, like character, like study, dramas, like
A lot more mature.
like very much more. I saw more of a psychological, like, I guess an emotional arc with the character rather than the first one. The first one's very much like, it's just, you just kind of see him get more and more desperate throughout like the
Right.
week.
Yeah.
But this one, it really was. I reminded me a lot of Julian Donkey Boy.
Can I ask?
I mean,
Yeah,
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
Why on Letterboxd did you like Pusher, but not Pusher 2?
Oh, because we were gonna keep it a secret on like what we thought or anything like that. So I didn't want to put a like or anything like
I'm
that.
pretty sure I didn't even like Pusher 2 on Letterboxd.
Saving my thoughts for Screen Tongue 39 this Saturday night.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
review. Yeah, that's my
But I will change it right now.
This
Whoever
month.
wants to go next, go ahead.
review.
So yeah, you guys started it the other night. I hadn't seen the first one yet. And you guys started it, and there was a bottle of vodka here, and I had to work the next morning, and I realized, like, after, like, the first 5 minutes, like, if I stayed, I was going to be, like, hungover at work. So I had to go. But I watched both of them today, Pusher and Pusher 2, and I really enjoyed Pusher. It felt just like this gritty movie about, like, a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
But Pusher 2 is definitely more like you said, like more psychological. It deals with a lot of like family sort of issues with like him and his dad and him being a father. And it was much more like, I don't want to say like philosophical, but I guess more like existential. Whereas like Pusher feels more like kind of this just like, not procedural, but basically like from A to B, this is what happens till he gets here. I will say with Pusher, like, once it hits like I guess like the 40-minute mark, like the beginning of the second act, like the midpoint, I felt like it substantially slowed down from the first like 2 to 3 days that it showed. And this one, it did not feel like that. This one also doesn't do the title cards like in the first one. It was like pretty well paced, and it's interesting because like Mads Mikkelsen his character, I wouldn't say is a good person. It would be easy to like say he's a bad person, but I did feel more like sympathy towards him than I would say I felt towards Frank in Pusher. So I really appreciated the recommendation. I could see how you could watch the second one without having watched the first one. What I will say too, just really fast, is it's interesting how the trilogy is about 3 different characters that are all introduced in the first film. Mm-hmm. It's probably what the Halloween series should have went for, but it's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Very good very cool recommendation.
Yeah,
I look forward to watching the third one when I have the chance to.
Third one's great as well.
So we're talking about Pusher 2.
Yeah.
Why do you feel he didn't kill that woman at the end? Why do you feel that?
Jalen, these are gonna have spoilers for Pusher 2.
Well, I think that's a good question. Do you guys want to speak first?
I want your answer.
No.
Wait.
So
I want Elijah's
So basically,
answer.
Johnny. So right now we're going through. Everybody has to give their
Opening
initial,
thoughts.
Opening thoughts for the movie.
And then we're up
So
to
I
questions.
just fucked up.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Anthony, you want to go ahead?
We have 9 people watching.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to all the film fans out there. For anyone who's tuning in at the moment, we're talking about Pusher 2.
Y'all up late.
Nicholas Winding Refn, 2006. They're probably playing pool right now at Griff's. But
Happy birthday,
But it's
Gage.
time, Tubular.
no, I superbly enjoyed this film and the first one, and it honestly gave me a deeper appreciation for Nicholas Winding Refn. Growing up in high school and whatnot, I thought he was cool. I'd seen Drive, I'd seen Neon Demon, and stuff like that, and I was, severely disappointed by Too Old to Die Young, the series he did for Amazon Prime with Miles Teller. And more than the fact that it to me felt like he was almost just too lost in the sauce. Like, literally every episode is 90 minutes long, and it's just mostly them just sitting there staring. It's just me, just like most of us here, more than the average person, pretentious stuff doesn't bother me, or whatever, but it just felt like not purposeful. And to see his roots and in a sense, something that felt so different but so honest to him, was super inspiring and super I was impressed by it. I was genuinely impressed by it. I think Norby brought it up while we were watching it, but it almost felt like it came, of the same breadth of a Safdie brothers film. And I think in the process, of making the film, there's a lot of things that kind of ring true to that, whether it be the performers he chose to work with or just the subject matter and whatnot. And what I'll say about Pusher 2 is that, in a sense, I think that's, something that maybe we all sort of strive for in terms of the progression of a career, of maybe starting with a certain feeling or a certain tone or a certain mode of making things and capturing that sort of tone, like energy, while making it. And, okay, if you're going to do a sequel or if you're going to continue in that vein of making a film, then the goal should be to dig deeper into character, and the film does a great job at that, and it was a great recommendation. Thank you, Ian.
I didn't say thank you, Ian, but thank you, Ian.
Yeah, thank you. It was both nights we watched Pusher, and Pusher 2 was a great experience. Yeah, it was just more than anything for me, it just felt like what happened. Like the whole time I was just wondering like what happened to Nicholas Winding Refn. It was just like that was like the biggest thing for me while I was watching. Is like these movies feel so amazing, and like I enjoyed Drive. I even enjoyed Neon Demon, but it just felt like these are very different experiences, and Drive and Neon Demon feel more in the same sort of category than Pusher, or like the Pusher.
Even just the fact that it's shot on film, like you could just, it's like it's the
you could
visceral
tell,
experience.
yeah, it's like visually just like so much more interesting. And I still need to see the third one, but the second one, at least for me, I need to see the third one. The first one felt like a great introduction to this world, and you could tell even like I kind of put it in the Letterboxd review, but I would need to do more research. But I could see some of the inspiration for even like GTA 4. And it, I remember watching a video where they talked about Pusher at least for GTA 4, which to me that's like that's already GOAT status. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy to me. But Pusher 2 felt perfect. The whole time I was watching it, and there's definitely troubles with it, but I mean, perfect in the sense of like what he was going for, where they're at budgeting wise. It just felt like everything about Pusher 1 was enhanced, and I had a great time experiencing it. I feel like I'm gonna be thinking about this movie for a long time. Whenever I'm making movies, especially in like a guerrilla filmmaking sense, like it just felt like, fuck. The performances are really good. I'm really grateful you recommended this, because I don't think I would have watched this otherwise. I've heard of these movies. I never went out of my way to watch the movies, but you recommended them and I watched them, and we all watched them on Anthony's fucking computer. Unfortunately, we couldn't even watch it on a fucking TV. But even on Anthony's Mac screen, it was just like holy shit. I think all three of us were just like all three of us were like, what the fuck went wrong with Nicholas Winding Refn? Yeah.
I want to say really quick, just because we watched it on the Mac doesn't mean it was a shitty display. It was actually a very good display.
Great sound too.
Honestly, it probably would have looked better. It probably looks better on the Mac than it does your TV in the living room, bro.
That's probably fact.
Yeah.
That's probably fact.
But
the Beverly should play Pusher.
That'd be so fire.
100%.
I even want to say this to you, Ian. I wouldn't even I probably would have watched Pusher 1, but I probably would have liked it, but I probably would have never checked out 2 or 3.
When I first heard about Nicholas Winding Refn, I heard he made a trilogy or something, and I was just like, yeah, why'd he make a trilogy? Yeah. So I'm glad I watched them, the first 2.
I'll say I haven't watched it yet because unfortunately I have school, but I do plan to watch it. But hearing you guys gush over it makes me really excited, because I've only heard of this because I have a friend named Jen. If you're watching this, I'm holding it down for you, boo. Anyway, that she loves Mads Mikkelsen, so I've only seen the ass shot scene because she keeps spamming it in the chat always. And so I think Mads Mikkelsen is a fantastic actor. But when I saw those scenes, I was like, this is a thirst trap movie. And I was like, I do not want to watch this. And then she'd be like, let's watch it. And I'd be like, okay.
Hey, I hate
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Literally, all I had to say is I'm excited to watch it. It seems like it's very good.
That part where
sentence.
he's trying to get his dick hard, and at one point he has a line where he says something like, "Let's go super cock."
Yeah.
He's smacking it around.
Oh, no.
the King Cock. Okay, wait, no, I hate to interrupt, guys. I hate to interrupt.
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
It's Bloody Teeth PNG.
Oh, that's Jen.
He says, "Let's go."
Jennifer.
He said, "Let's go."
She said.
She.
She said.
Wait, so who's this
She
friend that
said,
loves
"Let's
Mads
go."
That's
Mikkelsen?
That's
Bloody
her.
Teeth. That's
Okay.
Mads Mick, my.
All right. Well,
I'm
this is
holding
a
it
safe.
down for
This
you,
is
boo.
this is a safe space for that person, because I think all of us love this movie.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I didn't mean to say.
Can we
my
let
bad.
Johnny give some opening thoughts?
Johnny, what do you think of
Johnny
Pusher
watches-
2?
Johnny watched this movie as well.
So Pusher 2, I saw it at my girlfriend's house. She wasn't paying attention. I was. And what I can say about it is, what a sad movie. What a sad movie. First of all, this guy could possibly be a real guy. Okay? Let's just get that out of the way. That's a possibility, especially in a European country. I don't know shit about Europe. But I know for facts that crimes exist all throughout the world. And he could be a crime conviction man, whatever. And that could have really happened to him. And he could have really had that dad who didn't give a fuck about him and told him to kill somebody. And I'm going to say something. If that were me, if that truly, truly were me, I wouldn't have been as pure. I wouldn't have been as lovely and as pure as he was. Granted, he wasn't the greatest man, but he chased the dopamine. He didn't chase the pride. In the sense that he didn't care about killing people. He didn't care about doing wrong. What he cared about was getting high and just trying to forget his reality because he didn't enjoy it truly. Granted, he was a man, therefore he had higher testosterone, so he could endure. Wait! I know it's a joke, bro. I know it's a joke, but he endured the reality that was given to him because he could.
Facts.
And in a sense, what is the last moment, Elwood? What is the last moment?
Of Pusher 2?
Yes, sir.
He's on the bus with his baby.
Exactly. He chose to leave.
Family.
Respect.
Go against respect.
He chose life.
He chose beauty. He chose beauty. He chose beauty of life. Beauty of the situation, which was to take his child to a better life.
Choose life. Choose a job.
Okay.
And because of that, is he a good man? Yes, he is. Regardless of the fact that he caused the death of an evil man, I feel it's justified and he belongs in heaven.
He's not dead.
Yeah,
He didn't die at the end.
But eventually, what happens?
You become a priest. Dead ass. You got that
And
forgiveness
eventually-
in you.
After becoming a priest, what happens? He dies.
Oh, okay.
Going off of what Johnny said, though, I do agree that, like, part of the tragedy in Pusher 2 is that, like, in his own way, he is trying really hard to, like, you can tell his dad never cared about him.
Yeah.
And, like, he steals the Ferrari or whatever to try to, impress his dad. He's doing all these things to try to impress his dad and get his dad's validation.
Mm-hmm.
They're crimes, so it's still not a good thing that he's doing them, but it's like he's still trying to, like any person tries to impress their parents. And like with this baby, I think obviously, yeah, he shouldn't have choked the mother of the child, but it's also like, I don't know, it's one of those situations where one, like a baby shouldn't have been at the wedding in the first, especially while the mom's doing coke in the back room with the bride. And like, I don't know, the wedding scene, it's one of my favorite scenes in all of film, and I think about it all the time because it's like you see it flip like in him. He sort of makes that choice. Like, it's not spoken, it's not really shown, but you see it like by the way he stands in his eyes. And the sound design in that scene's really good too, because the music sort of takes over and it almost becomes ambient noise for a while. And then I think that's like when he flips and decides like, I'm going to be a father to my son. And he makes that decision and picks his baby up and leaves, like Elwood said, the end of the film. And like, he's going to fuck up. Like he he's got no job, no money, no nothing, and he's on this bus with his baby. Doesn't know like where he's going. Doesn't know how to take care of a
He
kid.
just killed a man.
Yeah,
He killed his
just
father.
killed his
He
father.
killed a big
Yeah.
crime lord.
when he's like
I'm
in
so
debt
sorry.
to
I
him,
gotta, I'll be right back.
Yeah, take a piss.
and like I don't know. It's just one of those things where
Johnny might
Mic
not be
drop.
coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like his character. Like someone said earlier, he has a really good like emotional arc to him, and it's like I mean like Johnny said, it's a really sad movie. Like it's a crime film, but it makes you sad watching it, but it also makes you kind of hopeful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's kind of a strange emotional experience.
This. Sorry, go ahead.
It does make the first one better.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay, this is like the emotional one, and that one's just like the druggy one.
The visceral one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like hardcore, just like the precursor. You know, I at least even while watching the first one, it's just like I always felt like even when we watched the first one, like Anthony said, like, man, I'm excited for the second one because the second one's just about Mads Mikkelsen, and this is like while watching it, it just feels like I don't know, it's just like his character is more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he has respect tattooed on the back of his head. Like just like if I saw that guy in person, I would take a picture of him automatically. If I was in line behind him, this dude has respect tattooed on the back of his head. I was like, dude, like I would never dare talk to that person, but I would take a picture of him. I would try my hardest to take a picture of a guy with respect tattooed on the back of his head, and it's just like that by itself, that by itself visually is very interesting. Yeah. You know, obviously the tattoo's not like a permanent one. Like at least, I mean, I don't really know, but you know, it didn't look like a permanent tattoo. You know, it looked like one they just kind of like, you know, like.
It's not. I can confirm it's not.
It's not. Yeah. So you know, if it was a permanent tattoo, that tattoo would have looked better, just off the bat. But just the idea of it, that by itself is very interesting visually. But what I'm very happy about in this movie is that like it wasn't just the visual aspect of it that made it interesting. It's like the character in himself is so interesting to follow in almost every aspect of it. It just I loved every minute of watching Pusher 2, you know, just like even just the themes of just like, you know, there's a father-son theme on multiple aspects with him and his son, and then him with his dad. And then, you know, he kills his dad and accepts his son. Like that's just such a beautiful idea to sort of play off of or to experience.
What I found super masterful too in terms of the perspective of Nicholas Winding Refn, NWR, if I may say.
Hashtag NWR.
Yeah, made by hashtag NWR. Is that like, okay, thematically the film deals with these, you know, things about family, fatherhood, you know, in a manhood. But it's something that is acutely aware to the audience, and it's almost on the forefront of your mind, but not really to Mads Mikkelsen as a character. And like that's such an interesting dynamic that happens like in the film and in what it's communicating to you, and in the process of making it too. Like honestly, that's super impressive, because how do you go about that in like in not just Mads Mikkelsen, but even in NWR, communicating that to Mads, like, okay, you all you have to do is live in this sort of, you know, state of ignorance or innocence.
Delusion.
Yes. And then to piece that together to make something that sings these greater themes is super impressive, really.
What were you gonna say? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna add, kind of, just in general, but I love obviously in the first movie when you see Mads Mikkelsen's character, he has he has respect tattooed on the back of his head, and it's a very like you said, like a character. It's like a very interesting I guess like character. I don't even know.
Trait,
yeah, like costume design. It's just interesting that he would get that. But by the second one, I like how instead of it being a physical thing, it really is more of like a. It's okay. You gotta think about it. He probably got that when he was probably like late teens, early 20s. The first movie's like mid 20s, right?
About, yeah.
So he probably got that, and it's like it kind of makes you question like what kind of person gets that shit tattooed in the back of his fucking head. Respect someone who doesn't fucking have respect.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because like in the first movie, he's almost portrayed as like the heavy, like like he's the back, he's the muscle, and even though he's kind of goofy, like he hurts his ankle after just the spin kick and shit.
Because he's the wild card. You don't know what the fuck he's gonna do
exactly.
next.
But then in this one, it's again beautiful how it adds just a whole different layer to it and everything.
He was how old do you think he was when they made Pusher 1?
He was still in school. Like he was still in
he had to be like
theater
30,
school.
probably like 30 or 29.
He was like 31.
31.
That's crazy.
I need to go to the bathroom.
But
All right, it's time for me to talk.
Oh.
let Jalen talk real quick.
Oh, I was gonna ask a question because I was gonna say, Mads Mikkelsen. Like, I feel like he's a very underrated actor, and he takes a lot of questionable roles. Where my friend Jen, she showed me like The Hunt, where it's about him being an accused pedophile and shit. And I just feel like he takes these roles that are like very unusual, and he plays the fuck out of them. So I wanted to ask, like, how do you feel specifically as Mads Mikkelsen as an actor in this? Because he did come from theater.
Just to bring it up too, in terms of his relationship with Nicholas Winding Refn and how Pusher 1 was his very first feature film and all that. Part of the reason that they were even attracted to each other is that Nicholas Winding Refn was attempting, or his intention was to make a film that felt very realistic. The actors talked like real people, and the scenarios were real life situations. And at that time, Mads Mikkelsen, still in school, was almost known for or synonymous with this sort of, he slurred his lines. He didn't really do it in this very proper, articulate way that maybe was what you could consider classically trained, whatever that means. I don't even really know what that means. People say classically trained. What the fuck does that mean? But you watch any of Mads Mikkelsen's movies and you can tell that, like, even if he did go to school, that's not who he is. And it's just super impressive for him as a performer, as an actor, as a screen presence, to carry that sense of sincerity and authenticity, or like sense of self, while being able to mold. Like he's not necessarily a leading man. He doesn't look like it, right? He looks like the ultimate character actor. Like he just has a very distinct look to him.
He looks like the villain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's to answer your question, Jalen. He's a great performer, great actor, and a super cool guy. I listened to this interview between him and Nicholas Winding Refn, and them just like deadass just talking about like their whole career, like A Life in Pictures, and he just talked about that. He used to be a dancer before he was an actor, and before that, he said that, like, he always loved movies, but he never thought about acting. He thought, like, okay, he watched a Bruce Lee movie, he just wants to be Bruce Lee. He doesn't want to be an actor. He wants to be Bruce Lee. And so it's interesting to hear him say that, and in a sense believe and hear that, and bring that into him as a performer. Nobody's missing out.
Honestly, just what Anthony said. I respect anybody who has like the balls and like I guess the vision to go up and like portray whatever they need to portray or whatever, but I really like actors, like anyone who's just willing to do whatever the fuck that they want or that they find interesting or whatever. Like, honestly, I respect Brad Pitt because he has like such a handsome face, but he does whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. But
Iron Claw.
No one has a crush on Brad Pitt.
No.
We're talking about. I asked how do they basically feel about Mads Mikkelsen as an actor, as a performer. And
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And like he's an actor. Every movie I've seen him in, he does a great performance, even if it's not necessarily a great movie or anything like that. Or like Hannibal, I'm not a huge fan of, but I know he
goes for it.
He goes for it, and that's all I really. That's like the one where I'm always like, damn, bro. You.
But like at least in Pusher 2, it's like fully realized. You know, it's just like what a fucking. This is a performance that's made for him. You know.
Yeah.
And it just feels like such a pleasure to just experience it. You know.
Yeah.
Just
Would
experience
you
it.
let somebody shoot you in the arm?
Did Gabe ask that?
No, Johnny asked that.
So Gabe asked,
Oh.
is it almost better to watch Pusher 2 before Pusher 1?
No. Watch them in order. I still haven't seen Pusher 3. Ian, have you seen Pusher 3?
I watched the whole trilogy in like a few days last year.
Really?
Pusher 1 is like the pulpy drug one. Pusher
Yeah.
2 is the Mads Mikkelsen character study, father-son relationships, and then Pusher 3 is about like regret.
Really?
Yeah, it's I always forget his last name, but it's like Zlato, whatever.
The drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triangle of Sadness, first Pusher. It's completely about him, and it's like his daughter's getting married, and he's sort of reflecting on his life.
Wow.
It's if I were to rank them, I'd probably go 2, 3, 1.
That's fire.
Interesting.
But where do you put the American remake
No, isn't it British?
or British remake? The English language remake.
There's also an Indian one.
I have not seen the remake.
There's an Indian one.
That one has the English remake at least has the same guy, the main character in Pusher 3, the big drug dealer. Yeah, what's his name?
Milo.
Milo. But Johnny, you said that you had something to say. It's time for you to talk.
I suppose it's time for me to give my opinion.
You are so drunk. Holy shit.
Bro faded into him.
Oh my god. Go ahead, Johnny.
Pusher 2. Pusher 2. Man, what a dream. First of all, I want to acknowledge they started a wedding. Look, let me give a speech. They fucking had strippers at a wedding. How bootleg and how fucking second generation is that shit? I'm talking just complete, like they had their kid, just like looking at this woman's pussy. I mean, what kind of a monkey statement does that mean? What that means, and I'll explain it to everybody here present, is fuck it. Let me just have my 5-year-old child look at a woman's pussy. And
Less than that.
okay, let me have my 5-year-old just become mentally challenged.
No, like the less than 5 years old, like, like 1 year old.
His brother, Mads Mikkelsen's brother, right? He was like,
yeah.
it
Okay,
looked like he was
moving
10.
on from that. Moving on from that. I feel like the end of Pusher was actually a really good ending. Because I'm sorry for the hiccups. Because he got out of it. What a fucking horrible situation. Seriously. Your father is a criminal, but he doesn't accept you. He doesn't accept you unless you do something so horrible. As if killing his ex-wife is really that much of a statement to him that you love him. Fuck that, bro. He chose the right path, which is to get away from it all.
He killed his own dad. I mean,
Did you guys know that Nicholas
his
Winding
own dad
Refn's
was
dad is a
fucked up.
filmmaker?
He is?
Yeah, he edited Breaking the Waves for Lars von Trier.
That's so fire.
wow.
Yeah.
So wait, he's a nepo baby.
Wait.
Well, okay. I was listening to this interview, and Nicholas Winding Refn was talking about though how his dad didn't necessarily put him down in terms of being a filmmaker, but was very reluctant on him dropping out of film school. He said like, if you don't finish film school, you're not a filmmaker. You haven't been taught how to make films. You can't do it.
That's so
And
fun.
so to me, it's kind of interesting to see that and the dynamics there. He also talks about too how like Pusher 2 kind of draw from his own life, but the only thing that was different was that his parents were awesome to him.
His
He
dad,
admittedly.
bro, his dad AD'd Dancer in the Dark,
Oh my god.
Dogville,
What?
Nymphomaniac,
Ew.
and he was the
It was when Refn's dad got cummed on.
And he was the editor of Antichrist.
He talks.
Antichrist.
Nicholas Winding Refn talks about too how when he made the first Pusher, they were in the same basically editing bay. So like in one room they were editing Pusher 1, in the other room his dad was editing Breaking the Waves. Like they were in the same like building together while that was happening.
Dude,
That's crazy.
That's such a special relationship.
That's
iconic.
Just to say too though, but like his
What'd
dad,
you do if your dad
he,
made Django
he grew up.
Unchained?
Nicholas Winding Refn also grew up partly in New York though, because his mom and dad weren't together. So it wasn't even like he was like mentored by his dad or anything.
Holy shit.
Interesting relationship for sure.
It's almost, to me, that's unimaginable. I almost feel like for everybody here, where it's just like, imagine if your dad was involved in the film industry on that level, and you know you kind of knew all the things he knew, and were at least knew about what he was doing. Like that's unimaginable.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, that's like that's special. I don't know. I can't even.
That's super interesting too, because like watching the Pusher trilogy, like especially Pusher 2, some scenes feel very like Dogma.
Yeah.
And if his dad is like working with Lars von Trier, going back like pre-Dogma, like you can only imagine the sort of conversations that they had like about what it means to make a film and like the state of like filmmaking and where it's going, because like I mean pretty much all the Pusher trilogy is very like handheld, in your face, like they're not lighting it, you know, and if they are, it's like just with colors. It's not necessarily for like contrast, or, like it's very, we're going for very realism for the look and all that, so it's like
I'm sorry.
What'd you do?
Keep going.
Okay. Keep going.
No, I wanted to see if that made a noise.
Oh, I thought you were like,
But then you did it 3 times.
Did you burp or something? What'd you do?
No.
You're an asshole. Sorry. Keep going now.
no, it's
I'm
just
sorry.
it's just cool to see, and like you said, like that's so crazy to imagine having like a parent or even someone
100%.
like someone relatively close to you, like from a young age, that was in any way involved in filmmaking. Like I can't even conceive how different like my path would be if like say when I was, you know, like 11 in like loved movies but never even had a concept of like working on them. Like if I knew someone back then, like where would I have gone from there at this point now, you know? Like it's so wild to think about. And someone that's working with like one of the all-time great like Danish directors as well.
What does your dad do for a living?
He did plumbing, and now he does like some real estate stuff, but it was mostly like plumbing construction.
He built a house, the house that he lives in to this day.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
Let's go.
Hey, that's me.
What?
It also too part of the sort of inception or inspiration for Pusher 2 was that at that time Nicholas Winding Refn also had recently had a child too, so he wanted to implement that into the making of the film and whatnot, and kind of take again from his own life.
I did hear he like made it for financial reasons.
Yeah, because the movie he made
Fear X.
Yeah, with John Turturro was a financial failure, and basically off of the success of Pusher, he created his own production company studio, and then he bankrupted it with the John Turturro Fear X.
That was co-written by Hubert Selby Jr.
Yeah.
The writer of Requiem for a Dream.
There's a special thanks to him in Pusher 2.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was about to ask that, bro, because I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck do you have to do with this? Bro, stop pulling my shit.
I'm trying to get out of it.
Sorry. Elijah's got long ass legs.
It's interesting too, because again in that interview with him and Mads Mikkelsen, he talked about how like he basically would keep in contact with Mads, and basically it started out where he told him like, hey, I'm not just only broke, but I'm in a lot of debt right now. I'm thinking of doing a Pusher sequel, and Mads Mikkelsen pretty much immediately had said, let's do it. And they kind of took the experience that they had working on different films and all that and brought it back to working together almost 10 years later, which is pretty cool.
They also made another film together called Bleeder.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it though.
he plays like a video clerk.
Yeah, I want to check it out. It's like literally like, I don't know how you describe it. Like well, what I was gonna say, it's like the pretentious version of Clerks. Like, you know, it's like, and in that interview he talks about that too, and how when he was making Bleeder, basically he was trying to figure out what a film was not, and then the whole conversation is about that basically in the film. I haven't seen. I want to check it out though. Mads Mikkelsen has hair in it, and it's like basically the whole same cast and crew of Pusher 1 is in Bleeder.
So.
Go ahead.
Well, first I've been wanting to say this whole time. Your jacket kind of thing. It reminds me a lot of in Unbreakable. What
I thought you were gonna say that it was like the Dark Kermit.
No, not dark. It looks like the thing that what's his name? Bruce Willis wears in Unbreakable when he like. That's like a superhero costume.
That's what I gave up what I was gonna say for that.
Well, that was just the first part.
Okay. Keep going. Sorry.
I was trying to think. Ever since I watched even just Pusher 1, I've been trying to think. Damn, what happened to to NWR #, made by NWR? And I was really I was like, what the fuck happened to him? Like where he starts here and you find out like right now like. His dad like worked on so many big productions and stuff like that. Like how does he get where he is now, where he's making Copenhagen Cowboy?
Honestly, I think part of it is just his transition to digital. Yeah. Like we were watching some of Copenhagen Cowboy and a little bit of Too Old to Die Young, and it's almost too clean. Like it just there's no like in a sense. The sort of murky 16mm photography of the Pusher films adds a certain element or character that his newer stuff just doesn't carry. You know, the colors still stand out, and it's still well shot, but it's just almost you get bored of it a lot more quickly, in my opinion. And shout out to Elwood because he actually rented or borrowed the Pusher 2 DVD from the library, and he forgot to take it home with him. So I had the privilege of checking out the director's commentary for Pusher 2. Not the whole, I wasn't able to finish it. But he actually talks about in the film. I don't know when they recorded the commentary. It had to be around the mid to late 2000s. Maybe a little later when they did the remaster for the whole trilogy. But he talks about like it was a very active choice and decision to shoot with film because at that time of Pusher 2, and at the time at least recording the commentary, he believed that film was still the premier medium for visual storytelling, and that digital, in a sense, is almost the death of it in a lot of ways, which is interesting to hear him say that and see where his career goes. But with film, what you get to is that even if some technical things, like it's maybe underexposed or certain things, which I think honestly the film looks great, but film has this sort of organic nature where like a digital sensor just can't replicate some of the sort of imperfections that happen or the artifacts that happen in the imperfections of when you shoot on film. And I'm a fan of grain. I'm a fan of greens. I'm a fan of halation. So it's right up my alley.
I wanted to say I think it is visually, but I think also just like even in the way he tells stories where so you watch like Pusher 1, it's all like a person, it's all like environmental, like physical shit that the character has to go through and shit like that. Pusher 2 is like a good in between of like emotional and physical. Like basically they go hand in hand to like show this character and this like person and stuff like that. But then once you get to like Too Old to Die Young, he basically took out all the physical aspects of like a story and made it all just like in here. He made the whole movie just heady shit, just thinking.
He's also a self-proclaimed narcissist. He wears it as a badge of honor. Yeah.
He's also self-proclaimed colorblind and autistic.
Well,
autist.
I thought he
Autist.
had Asperger's. I didn't think he was autistic.
I've heard he's also a pervert.
What do you do?
Elaborate.
Hey, is that really a surprise?
I heard one time he makes movies of things that he wants to see.
So he wanted to see like Mads Mikkelsen's like cock all
Soft
over the
cock.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I heard it from like I feel like it was like the 2010s. To me, it applied more to like the Neon Demon, where like Keanu Reeves like sticks a knife down a girl's throat.
That's hot.
Or maybe,
Yeah.
or what about like the necrophiliac aspect of it? I mean, that's like that's like a whole other aspect of the movie.
Maybe yeah, that's a reasonable point.
I think one aspect of not really Pusher 2, but more so Pusher 1, that constantly had me, Elwin, and Anthony talking about it was just the car shoots. Holy shit! How the fuck did they do it?
Bro, how the fuck did they do it?
It's still a mystery to me.
Bro.
Like, all right, so
Okay.
obviously there's just like the interior car shoots where it's just like, you know, it seems like they took the dashboard out and they had a guy sitting there with a camera shooting like the guy in the driver's seat and the guy in the passenger seat. And there's also a scene where it's like a one take, and it's like the around the part where he like breaks his ankle or whatever when he's doing that spinning kick, and it shows Frank going into a car, and they have a guy bring the camera through the window, and it's seamless.
And they start
And
driving.
then you're in the interior of the car. It's like, it drives me crazy. I don't know how they did it.
At the time that we watched it, Norby was pretty much 100% confident that they had a little person, a dwarf camera
Yeah.
operator.
But it's like, you know, that, to me, that's the only thing that makes sense. At least in that specific part where they have the camera going through the camera or through the car window. But at least through the parts, you know, like the first scene where they're talking inside the car exterior, which is Mads Mikkelsen and Frank, it just and Pusher 1, I don't know how they really did it. I really don't know how they did it. I've never seen another movie do that. I don't know how they did. Because it feels like the camera's inside the car. You know, I don't know how they did that. If it's inside the car, I don't know how they did it.
Yo, say it one more time.
We're talking about Pusher 1.
Pusher 1. So you haven't seen it.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, I know you haven't seen it, but basically there's a scene where they're shooting inside the car multiple times, and it's crazy because it's like how. So they're shooting on film, which is a physical medium. They're shooting on a physical medium. It's not with an SD card, and the whole time, all three of us are thinking, how did they do it? Because it would be. It seems impossible. I've never seen a movie really do it.
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how right now.
Okay, how'd they do it?
Special effects.
No, it was impossible.
It's
It's
called.
not special effects.
It's
If they
called
didn't do
CGI.
those
It's
special
It's called
effects,
Blender.
it was a
It's
hybrid.
called Blender. No, it's physical. They did it. They did it in the 90s. They did it in the 90s.
It is. Ian, do you know how they did it, or do you know what we're talking about right now?
Ian, you better fucking know.
I haven't seen Pusher the first one in a while, but are you talking about when they're like in the parking lot and it's just Frank and Tawny in the car and they're waiting
Well,
for like the people to come pick the stuff up, or
that's the one we're talking about. That's like the one take that like goes
Yeah.
out and into the car. That one
Yeah.
kind of you could kind of make sense of that one. We're talking about there's parts when they're driving,
There's like two specific parts.
two
kinda.
specific parts, like kind of like it's Tony and Frank, and they're driving in the front seat,
yeah.
and Frank's driving, but it's like as if it's wherever the fuck like your dashboard is, it's like as if someone was standing right there and they're just like going back and forth. It's not like a wide lens either.
Yeah.
It's just like a normal like
Like a
standard
normal
lens.
lens, yeah.
And they're just going back. He's just going back and forth like that. Like
Unless they like just remove the windshield and like
Yeah.
harness the guy to the fucking because there's movement, so there's like an operator.
Yeah, the only thing about it is that, like, at least on Frank's, because obviously Mads Mikkelsen's character doesn't have any hair.
Yeah.
On their clothes and on their hair, it's completely still. So you know,
no
you,
wind.
you have to infer that
Oh yeah,
it was
that's
completely
true.
sealed off. You know,
Maybe the operator was like had like one knee in the driver's side and one knee in the
Okay,
passenger
but see,
side.
But then
see-
where's the
you
gear
didn't,
shift?
you didn't say that in the mic, but Elijah basically just guessed some total bullshit about how they pulled that off, and that's exactly what we're getting at. How the fuck did they do it? You just guessed some complete bullshit that I don't understand.
How does that not make sense?
All right, say it again.
basically, the camera operator might have been a gymnast and put like.
But listen to Elwood's question. Where was
Where was the gear shift? If that's the case,
under his dick. Basically, like he has his the camera operator has their right knee in like the foot space of where the driver's feet would be, and their left knee in the foot space of the passenger side. And like it depends on the car where like the gear shift is with the car. Like some cars have it like higher up, some cars have it lower.
well, I
like
think
by the
it was by the
Yeah.
that would make sense.
that
then.
would make sense, but it wouldn't make sense what you're saying because if his knees were down there, right? So imagine like where your feet would be and shit. Like if you were the camera operator, where is the gas pedal? Yeah, this is the fucking scene.
Okay, let me see. I haven't.
Look at this. How do they do that?
Like what? It's gonna go back and forth. It's gonna go back and
You
forth.
even see the sunroof.
Yep. Put that in the
Maybe
camera.
the camera's through the sunroof.
No, it's
the
not.
cameraman was an elf on the shelf.
You guys.
How the fuck they do that?
What?
It could have been a car race.
You guys. I want attention from
I
everybody.
feel like could you maybe just
That could be the windshield taken out.
I'm
though.
so
His
sorry
hair
to
is so
interrupt.
low. Like
But the
his
thing is, like,
hair-
I feel like maybe what could you possibly take out the windshield and just fucking like strap yourself to the hood of the car, like the front of the car?
You could, but even like look at like right there. Like if like you can see that like he's like kind of watch right here. Wait for it.
his hair.
The clothes aren't moving. Like there's no like he's like so you see like it almost feels like like the camera operator is kind of like stuck or something like that. So he's not framing it correctly. So that makes me think he's in the car, but maybe they like did it in a way where they took out maybe like the dashboard like in
Could
the
it be
radio
rear
and shit.
Could it be rear projected by
No.
any
Or
chance?
if you're
Fuck no.
retarded, yeah, I
Fuck
I
guess.
just feel like maybe
no.
because don't they do a lot of car scenes where it's technically being towed?
Yeah. That is true, but then that's also like where's the camera guy?
Could it,
'Cause
Alright, you guys.
could it have been
I'm
on like a?
so sorry to interrupt.
no, you're
Alright,
not.
go ahead. Go real fast.
We have Gabriel Smith. The op is the actor? Question mark?
What?
No, bro.
Wait, hold up. And then he says,
Can I see
small
the shot
handheld
again?
camera rig just in his hand.
No,
No.
Gabe, look up the
And
scene.
wait, and then we
Watch
have Elijah Garcia saying,
Yo!
Yo! We
Elijah,
have
what's
the
up,
most
bro?
possible viewers.
Could
Of
they?
8.
Could they have done
Let's
it
go.
on like
Let's
a
go.
fluid head?
At one moment.
Like and rig that to the dashboard and then had an arm like
You
attached to
guys,
the
I'm so
camera moving it.
drunk.
See,
You guys help.
I
It's
could-
handheld.
yeah, but yeah, it's handheld like
Wait,
where it's like it's not like framed at one point. Like it wouldn't make sense.
It's not
'cause
even locked.
It's not locked. So if it was like that, you know what I mean? Like it would be very smooth. Like
Yeah.
it,
But could it be possible that just the rig is very shifty? Like they purposefully made it so it's not like
No,
because
because you would still have some type of gyro sort of move if it was
You know
like
what?
if it was
I like
locked
the
in
I like the
somewhere.
way you sound.
Oh, I see.
That's kinda
There's,
crazy.
Like,
Are there any
Jalen,
cars
you
that
sound
have like
really good.
elongated like?
You sound
front
really
end?
good.
Yeah.
why? What is
Maybe in Europe is the only place where.
What if they have the camera like rigged from the roof of the car and then they have what's attaching it on like an arm at the
Get-
bottom?
Gabriel Smith says,
So, like,
I
it's
did
hanging
look up.
almost-
I did look it up. It seems the driver is just holding the camera in his
no,
hand.
bro.
That's
You're
gotta
so
be it. No, that's gotta be it.
nah,
That
Oh,
is gotta
I
be
had
it.
no
How
idea what I just
bro,
said.
Johnny, bro, calm
But he
down.
wouldn't- Like, but if they're driving, he would.
Wait, do you ever see their second hand? Is it possible they're passing it to each other?
I guess that's true, but that makes sense. But it's also like how heavy is that
makes sense.
camera?
That
You know
makes
what I
sense. That
mean?
makes sense.
How?
That
But
makes sense.
imagine how heavy that camera is for
That
one
makes sense.
hand.
right here, watch. When it
Frank
goes
is
into
holding the
frame.
camera.
Okay, wait.
No, that makes
Holy
sense.
shit.
That makes sense.
Holy shit.
Mads
I do-
Mikkelsen
I was
is
a
holding
little-
the camera
but
there.
When it whipped, it does drop a little. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let's grab it. Wait, let me see. Oh, wait, here.
See,
But I mean,
It's
think
like,
about like.
let's see.
God, what a good fucking.
I'll be
movie.
right back.
That's a whip.
But
How the
it
fuck-
feels like if
Holy
there's a
shit.
camera,
That was a
so
whip.
it feels like you can go.
Oh fuck.
We're gonna cause a
was a
miscellaneous moment here
Gabe-
for a
Gabe's
moment
logging
because
Gabe said he looked up. That's
one
the
of the
only
biggest
explanation.
Well, maybe
didn't
Gabe
watch
doesn't
that.
have all the answers.
Dude, Gabe looked it up. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I think
about
they're
it.
holding
It's
the
like you
camera.
and me
They're
are, like,
holding the camera.
driving.
But then where's the audio?
Where's the audio? The audio is really, really, really clean in both movies.
The audio is fantastic.
Do you love me?
I don't know. It breaks my mind to think about either how good it was or how lucky they were. You know.
How heavy is a film camera?
I don't.
It's got to be fucking heavy as
Literally,
fuck. How the
film
fuck did
camera
they?
Literally, none of us know.
Probably like
It's it was 16 millimeters, so I mean that's a
I guess-
decently sized magazine.
yeah.
So that's gotta have some weight.
Yeah.
And then I mean, you think about, they're probably gonna have something on it if they're
Yeah.
passing it back and forth while one of them's physically driving with one hand, operating the camera,
Yeah.
whipping it,
And
handing it
the
to
microphone. Sorry.
Yeah, like he's driving like this,
Yeah.
camera in hand, whipping it back and forth, handing it to Mads. Like, I'm sure they put some sort of something on it to make sure, hey, if Frank drops the camera, we're not fucked.
Yeah.
Because they probably just had one.
And then it's
Maybe-
also in focus the whole time. Yeah. You know.
I mean, they
It's
I don't
fucking
know.
like that is
Well,
crazy. That is crazy.
unless maybe they suspended like part of the camera to like maybe the roof of the car or something like that with like some sort of like harness or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe the camera is just almost like not necessarily dangling there,
so
but
much
they're
in the
basically just like
chat.
kind of moving it a little bit.
Sorry.
I think this only prompts backcountry. We have to recreate it.
Nah, there's so much in the chat. I gotta.
That is a fantastic suggestion.
Improv day.
I'm down. When are you? We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Johnny, go ahead. Go ahead. Read the chat.
Okay, the chat's going crazy.
It's
You
just
mean-
Gabe,
you mean
bro.
just Gabe?
It's just Gabe.
Gabe, go. What is his Twitch channel? Anything?
Yeah.
And be careful with that water bottle, Johnny. Don't spill it. For the love of fuck. For the love of fuck, don't spill that water bottle.
Hey, don't tell me what to do. Alright, we got a Gabriel Smith in the chat. He said, I did look it up. It seems like the driver is just holding the camera in his hand. Film camera from Gabriel Smith again. Film cameras can be incredibly, what seems to be the word, light. There's really small handheld rigs. And you know what I say to that, Gabriel? Fuck you, you fucking son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Gabriel. I'm just kidding. I love Gabriel.
I think Gabe's right. I think it's got to be either.
No, push her one.
It's got to be either the passenger or the driver. Probably the passenger was holding the camera. It's got to be. Like, that's the only. That is literally the only thing that makes sense.
Why? Okay, I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Why don't you think he used that shot in Pusher 2?
Dude.
Because nobody drives a car in Pusher 2.
They could do
No,
a
they
car
do.
heist.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my fucking God. Well, maybe
Dude.
because there's only one person in the car at all times.
True. There's no conversations in the car. No, there are, but
When?
Matt Mikkelsen is in the back seat.
Yeah,
It's when he
the-
agrees when he murder the ex-wife or whatever.
But even then, the camera operator's like in the passenger seat.
Right.
What if the camera operator's in the back?
Say it in the mic, in the mic, in the mic,
Leaning
in the
down.
mic, in the mic, in the mic, in the mic, in the mic.
in the mic.
What if the camera operator's in the back seat, like leaning down and reaching their arm over to like pull the dolly that makes the
But-
camera move?
But if it was on a dolly, it's still. But it looks handheld though. Like it's still like shaky.
Our cutter's down for the count.
We should probably stop. We're talking about Pusher 1 now. We should probably like get going on Pusher 2 and then get into the next film. We're still talking about a movie that wasn't even recommended right now.
What does it lead in?
Well,
No,
Applies.
we're literally just talking about camera movement.
Oh, true. Wait, were there more like comments? You said there were comments on Twitter.
Johnny, read those comments.
I don't think Johnny can handle the 4 logos. One single can of Four Locos got Johnny. One single can of Four Locos got Johnny acting like this.
Did they have things like similar to a gimbal back in the 90s?
Steadicam.
Of course, Steadicam. But even then, that's a whole like you're rigging to someone's body.
Yeah,
We got some fucking chat.
Have that water from him.
No, if you guys are gonna wake me up, this is what we have in chat.
Bro.
Hold up. Silence.
Silencio.
Silencio.
It says, film cameras can be incredibly light. There's really small handheld rigs. Johnny, wake up! You're late for school.
Now, what's on Twitch, John?
What's on Twitch?
Okay, check Twitch.
Hey, Johnny, take a sip of water.
No,
God
bro,
damn.
Take that water away. He's gonna spill it.
We got a motherfucking
Johnny, pay attention to me for a second. Genuinely. Take a sip of water and then give it to me because you're going to spill that shit.
Bro,
Johnny,
this
take a
is
sip
about
of
to
water. Take a sip
fart.
of water. Take a sip of water.
Bro,
Bro, it's
Johnny,
about to rip.
we're gonna send you to the bathtub to go to sleep, bro.
What, please grab that water.
Bro, what are you doing?
No, grab the water, please.
Just fuck me in the ass.
Johnny, get up.
This is a PG podcast, Johnny. The children.
Mateo.
was watching Elmo World.
I'm gonna bring up. I will become the chat reader.
No, wait.
Johnny,
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Jalen will take your job if you're not fit for it right now.
I'm fit.
Okay, and stay awake. Drink some more water.
Dog, just read the chat, bro.
Chat says, spill the water.
No, it doesn't.
Who said that?
Oh, yeah.
Jen, stop instigating.
Hey, here, Johnny. Here. Genuinely.
Holy.
Oh my god. Johnny, I want you to think it's a Sunday morning.
Johnny, chill.
God is watching.
Okay, Johnny's. All right,
Anyway,
Johnny.
Pusher 2.
I mean, another thing I guess to bring up about the movie is how Mads Mikkelsen and maybe two other people for Pusher 2 were the only real actors, or at least, trained or whatever you want to call it. Everyone else, it was their first film, or at least their first acting experience on film. A lot of them, at least a lot of the sort of criminals, were real criminals in real life. Like the opening of Pusher 2, that guy was a real dude in jail, and he gives a little anecdote talking about how the dude had no real concept of what it was like to film, and so he thought that like he would say one line and they would cut and they would go and they would do the next line, and so that's what he did. And Nicholas Winding had to tell him, no, you have to memorize the whole page, like the whole story for one take, because the opening of the movie is all in just that one take. Yeah. Great opening too. Also too, and I hate to bring up Pusher 1, but just very quickly, Nicholas Winding Refn, it might have been a joke, maybe not, I don't know. Again, spectrum individual, but he said that all the coke that was used in Pusher 1 was real.
That's fire. What about the heroin?
He didn't mention the heroin, at least as far as I listened to him.
Wow, the coke was real?
I don't know about Pusher 2, but Pusher 1, and I don't know. Again, like he said it, and then like everyone in the interview was just kind of quiet for a second, and
holy shit,
like Mads Mikkelsen just like kind of looked at him and laughed at him, and then like they just like moved on.
I think he was lying, bro.
What?
But like he said it though because he was like, I made this film and we were trying, like the whole goal was to just be realistic and realism, and I got all these criticisms about it not being realistic, which is kind of funny because all the coke everyone used in the movie was real.
Bro, Twitch is frozen.
Oh, the frozen. I can check if I can hear. Let me see.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay.
I have to refresh it.
Or as Elijah would say, we Gucci.
and so a lot of the actors were either criminals, hookers, porn stars, all of the above. Great performances from everyone. Zero, his baby mama, Zero's wife. Everyone was good. Everyone was good. Very good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really enjoyed the probably the most conventional scene in the movie when they do the car robbery, but that was just as fun as some of the character stuff too, which is super interesting. Because at the end of the day, I think part of the draw, to me at least, of the Pusher films is that at the end that first and foremost they're genre pictures, right? They're crime thrillers, and so they fall into certain tropes of it, but when it's done well, it's done well, and you can't knock it for that.
Yeah.
I was super surprised too. I almost thought that the story was gonna lean a little bit more into it when it happened, when they do the heist and then the first guy gets into the car accident. Like, I thought everything was just gonna go wrong after that, but it's a little bit more slow, and it seemed like, honestly, not that big of a deal. They picked him up.
Yeah.
But that was interesting too, just about his character too, is that it's his roommate is the one who gets in the accident.
Yeah.
He doesn't pull over to pick up his roommate.
That's what I was thinking. Literally, I was thinking like, that was not my fault. All right, that's what I was thinking too. Is like, that just says so much about his character. Like, it just says so much. It's like, I'm rooting for this guy, but at the same time, it's like, while watching that specific scene, it's just like, I don't root. Like, that's just like such a big like for me. If like Elwood or if any of you guys got in if we're doing a heist, I would pull over and pick you guys the fuck up.
But what I like about that scene more is that it's not even necessarily that he just he leaves him behind. It's like he watches to make sure someone picks him up.
Exactly.
Like, he's watching.
Yeah.
I think that shows way more about his character than just him leaving. So I go, no. What's up? I want to hear you talk.
Well, when I watched it, it was like, he, like you said, he watched to make sure someone picked him up, because he knew he didn't want to be the guy to pick him up and then fuck up the heist and then fuck it up for his dad.
Gotcha.
And then he'd be fucked, because this is the first shot his dad's giving him. So he knows if, he goes to pick his homie up and then the cops get there, other people show up, whatever, it's his fault and his ruin. But that's still his friend, so he doesn't just drive off. It's like, he waits, he looks in the mirror, and he sees, okay, we're good, and then go. But I'm not going to be the one to put it on the line.
I couldn't have explained it better myself.
That makes it
That's a great point.
That makes it so much better, because it's like, the movie makes a big point about how he is the guy who fucks everything up. And that makes it so much more. Just I didn't even think about that. That makes him a lot more dense.
Even in the drug dealing scene, which is hilarious too. We're like, part of the reason that what's his name? Pussy? Cunt.
Cunt.
The
Yeah,
cunt.
the cunt.
That part is fucking crazy.
Like, part of the reason he probably even dumps it is that they hear the knock, but then Mads Mikkelsen's character just like stands up right away. He's probably been in situations where the cops generally do come. It's great scenes, great character.
And it's funny too, because like, how much Tony always like screws things up, because Kurt immediately just blames Tony for like him dumping all the whatever they gave him,
Heroin, I think,
down the toilet, when it's like, because he's the guy who fucks things up. It's like, it's your fault, we're in debt together now, when he was just panicked and was stupid.
It's funny too, because like, even simple stuff like, hey, I got a job with the cunt. And he tells his dad, he's like, so you're getting paid, right? And he's like, oh, well, actually, he just gave me a freebie at the strip club or whatever, the hooker place. And in the commentary, they mentioned this too. I guess in an earlier draft of the script, it was a lot more explicit that the baby was his. But Mads Mikkelsen, because they basically developed it together and was talking like, maybe it's more interesting if it's not super well defined, and it's more like his character is just so naive that he just kind of believes it if someone tells him, and just like certain things like that, super small but super big in terms of what that means for a person like that. And that's the thing too. At the end of the day, it does feel so real, like even whether or not you identify with it or not. Johnny mentioned it too. That you believe that like that's someone's life.
Yeah. Where are we at time wise, Johnny?
We're I feel like we should probably start.
It's 2:07.
We should probably just get into the next one, unless someone had something to say.
How long's the podcast, Johnny?
2 hours and 16 minutes.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I think this is one of those movies I think we could talk forever about.
Yeah, nah, for real.
This is Ian. I think this is one of the best recommendations.
Top 10 recommendations.
Definitely top 10 screen time recommendations.
I'd even put top 5.
Even honestly.
Top 3.
Bro, I made a list on my notes. I was going through like my Letterboxd top rated films.
Yeah.
Each one that I thought would be interesting, seeing which of you guys have watched it.
Yeah.
Then like I came to like a list of 5 that I thought would be really good.
Shit.
That like none of you guys had seen.
Yeah.
That I like really loved, and then I tried to narrow.
No,
it
this is
down.
perfect. You honestly nailed it down to a science. Like literally, I think it sounds like you did your research. You found a movie that was perfect for us that we've never seen, and you recommended it. And I think every single one of us here appreciates that you did that kind of research, because to me, personally, this is one of those movies that I just felt like I was attached to it. I loved it. Every aspect of it. You couldn't have chosen a better movie in my eyes. Yeah, I think you chose something that was guaranteed we were gonna like it. we hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I absolutely loved it.
I'm glad.
I am beyond excited to watch the next one, and the only reason why I haven't is because we were gonna watch Mulholland Drive. Yeah. Anything? You guys say anything else you have to say about it?
I was just say final thoughts, ratings.
Final thoughts? Yeah. Any final thoughts?
When he finds out like his mom is dead, that's a really sad scene.
I was about to bring that up too.
He just it feels like the rest of the movie he's like thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big time. It's almost like at the midpoint too. It's like a little bit before the midpoint, but there's like I don't even know what the tone shift at the midpoint would be.
He just finds out in such a shitty way.
What's
the most
interesting
shitty way
too,
possible.
Yeah.
It's almost complementary again to the first film where that main character also goes to his mom, and so you almost expect a similar scene like that to happen in the second one. And
He doesn't have that.
yeah, the main character is everybody's supporting character. So
Yeah.
so great.
It's a good movie just about like parenthood, or just kind of like, I guess, in like a horror sort of, or negative thriller sort of
The most extreme
aspect.
way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's that time. What do you rate this film, Ian?
I'd give it a very solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Before you even said it, I was thinking 9 out of 10. Yeah. And I haven't put this on my Letterboxd favorite movies, but like I wouldn't be surprised if like in the next 5 years I do. Put in my top favorite movies on Letterboxd.
I would give this film an 86 out of 96.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Out of 40, I loved it. It's probably my favorite film from Nicholas Winding Refn. I'd give it like a 37.2.
Damn. Holy shit. 37.2?
Yeah.
It's not on Bubbles level?
No, it's a bubble. 30.
37?
Oh no! I thought you meant is it on the scale, like
yeah,
bubbles?
On the bubble scale.
It is on. It's out of 40 bubbles. No, bubble is 0, bro.
I know.
Remember?
So it's still 37.2?
Yeah, out of 40.
Okay. All right. You still like Bubble more?
I didn't even say I liked Bubble.
The whole scale is based on Bubble.
Well, because you gotta think.
Sorry.
You ever see Bubble, Ian?
I bought the DVD because of Elwood, but I haven't watched it yet.
You gotta think if Bubble's like true like film realism like crossing, it's 0 because it's not even a movie. It's like an anti-movie.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, okay.
Don't question the scale, bro.
I'm just curious.
You're wrong.
I'm curious.
You're wrong.
I just
Don't
want-
question the scale. You'll
I
always
want
be
to
wrong.
understand what you're saying. I just want to understand. All right, Elijah, go ahead.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Johnny, what would you give this film?
Johnny's fucking gone, bro. Johnny, you got at least like another hour left.
Literally, that's what I apologize if while you guys were talking, I was cracking up. It was literally
Are
because I
you
went
guys-
through the stream. It was Johnny is fucking dead.
Yeah.
I was
Johnny-
trying really hard.
Are you guys talking about Pusher too?
Jalen, do you think you could take over for Johnny?
Sure.
Johnny, do you think you could sleep on the floor?
Is there room on the couch here?
No, no, there's not room. For Johnny, no.
Johnny, it's time for you to
I
go to
like the
sleep.
movie.
What's that?
He likes the movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Johnny, go sleep on the floor over there. Jalen can take over for now.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You
You just
only-
got too
you-
loco,
Yeah,
bro.
your only mistake was that you asked Elijah to get you a 4 logo.
Elijah, that's on you. This is on you.
You should not have gotten it before podcast. Okay, Johnny, get up.
You
Get
should
up.
have.
We were like in the gas station, and you were on the phone. And you go,
Johnny.
4 locos? Are you fucking insane?
Sleep on the floor.
And then you still bought it. And then,
I'll buy the drum set.
How
Like you
doing,
were-
Ian?
Can you get over there?
You good?
Stand up, get over there.
I'm good.
I don't mean
Make room for
to.
Johnny, make room for Johnny, make room for Johnny.
I don't mean to rush this pick or anything like that, but if we could maybe talk about it a little less
Briskly?
densely, a little more briskly, that would be appreciated.
I think that's okay. I think it's a movie that doesn't
Yeah,
warrant.
I mean, honestly, I was like, do we even need to talk about this movie? Bro's caked up, bro.
Wait, pause.
Bro, is
Pause.
asleep.
Wait, can the camera see him?
Oh yeah. Hold on, switch.
How do you-
Switch it.
What do you press?
Cut.
Cut? Just press it?
Yeah, press it, yeah. That's all you have to do,
Wait,
Johnny.
actually do a fade. Wait, cut back and then hit fade.
I think this is the first time. I think this is the first time in backcountry history a single other person besides me and Johnny has switched the cameras.
I think this might
A
be
woman.
the single.
And a
No,
woman.
for,
the first
I
ever
thi-
woman.
this
yeah.
might be the first screen tungus that's a female. Or has Kate been on here?
Kate's, I feel
Kate's
like, has
been like right here in the
yeah.
background.
Yeah, Kate's kind of been involved, but she hasn't switched the cameras. So
Is this connected or no? No.
no, it's not connected.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
yeah.
just make sure.
All right.
Go stretch Elijah while we have a break. Go ahead.
No, we're in. He already stretched, bro.
He's all his toes are all up in Elwood's crack right now.
Oh, Jalen, somebody.
Jalen.
Comment. We got a chat.
Jen said Jalen has been promoted. Yes.
Yes, you have. So there's that Twitch right there, and then right next to it there's a YouTube.
This one?
Yes.
Let's see.
Okay.
I don't know if Johnny read this. Gabriel said, "Drop the list of 5, Ian."
Like
what,
top
was it,
five?
what else
I'm
was on? No, what
guessing.
else was on there that you're thinking of recommending?
Let me pull up my notes. When was it that you called? Oh, here it is.
2 weeks.
So it was Camera Buff, the Kieslowski film. Rachel. Elijah's seen it, but I recommended it to him not too long ago. Rachel Getting Married. Jonathan
Very good
Demme.
recommendation.
Coherence. Really love that one. And a movie called As You Are. It has like Charlie Heaton and Owen Campbell and Amanda Stenberg. It was like a 23-year-old like first time director made it a few years back.
It's kind of like mumblecore esque.
No, it takes place in like the 90s. It's very trying to capture the essence of like what it was like to be a grunge teenager.
Oh, kind of like Riot in Bloom.
Exactly like Riot in Bloom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else in the chat, Jalen?
I don't think so. I do notice this. Can I refresh this? It's like really behind.
Yeah, you can refresh. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a fucking something.
You give Johnny this
Yeah.
water.
Okay.
A bag?
Yeah.
Are you gonna vomit?
Oh no.
Johnny, go to the bathroom.
I got the trash can, dog.
Sorry, Johnny just said he's gonna vomit.
I don't think Johnny should leave this room because he's gonna wake
yeah.
up the baby. Johnny, stay in here.
Johnny, we got the trash can.
So why'd you choose this movie, Anthony?
Should we check on Johnny or?
I think someone that's very stealthy should go check on Johnny.
That's you, Ian.
I'll go check
Oh,
on
I was gonna say,
Okay,
bro,
okay.
Ian, you're such a barista.
Is he
Like,
on the
you're-
oh, okay.
In the way of
What is? Okay, hold on.
All right, we're gonna take a little break.
Yeah.
technical
Okay, gang.
difficulties.
Gabriel Smith said, "Make him vomit on camera. It's good for views."
That would be a great thing.
Gabe, we can't do that, unfortunately. Everyone is gonna take a break now. Yippee!
Keep the chat entertained, Taylor.
Okay. I guess I'll cut it to me. He already threw up? Ooh. You don't need to see this chat. Jeez Louise. Alright. Oh no! Should I let the chat see? I don't know if they'll see it. That's. Oh no. You better not like fling that shit like a monkey, bro. Oh god.
Dang, top 5 screen tongue moments.
And fucking Elle was recording it. Okay. Oh, Jen said, "Hey Queen, OMG gross," right? Anyway, so Mads Mikkelsen. I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see out that door. Johnny's fighting for his fucking life. Don't drink Four Locos, and definitely don't put natty lights in it. That shit's not good for you. Drink water. Stay hydrated, film fans. 'Cause I remember when I was a little inkling like you, behind the screen. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Well, I'm gonna go on. Bro inflicted +2 poison damage on himself. For real. He misaimed his potion, bro. I don't know, show you guys McDonald's nuggets. Hold on. So I could only grab 3. First, we have brick. Where the fuck is it? Brick. I had to resort to like Coco Melon-esque entertainment. I don't know this bitch's name. She got like that fucking weird McDonald's toy they had it like a year or 2 ago. I got this motherfucker. It's got like buildings and shit. Honestly, pretty Art Deco.
Elijah.
Yeah, let me sit down.
All right.
Welcome back to the podcast, gang.
What's up?
A wise woman once said, "Bitches think they the shit. You ain't even the fart."
That bitch didn't even make that. She stole that line off the internet. Ice Spice.
Okay. Bitches think you the shit. You ain't even the fart. Is that verbatim?
Bitches,
Yes.
bitches think they the shit.
Oh, they the shit.
They ain't
Okay.
even the fart.
He voice calling.
They
What's that?
ain't
So we voice-
even the fart.
What's going on, Gage?
Gage!
Happy birthday.
Happy
Everyone wish
birthday,
Gage a
Gage.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Live that shit up.
Let's go. Happy birthday.
Here, we got some technical difficulties right now with the podcast.
Gabe Smith said, "Witness history." And then Jen said earlier, "Bro inflicted +2 poison damage on himself."
No, Elijah
He
did.
said, "What are you looking for?"
Oh, it's down here.
Did it, oh.
What'd I do?
You inflicted the +4 poison damage.
He asked for it.
For real. Bro was pouring
He
3
told
natty
me-
lights into a 4 Loko.
He said, choose. You choose. So I picked the one with the higher alcohol content.
Well, I guess to be fair, did you think like Johnny was gonna get crunk as fuck like that?
I didn't think. I mean, I don't know. The only time I've like experienced a Four Loko was not a good experience.
Bro. Well,
so maybe I should have just been more mature.
you got mass tomorrow, so just repent and you'll be good.
Oh, golly.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good to hear.
Oh, Elijah's eyes lit up when he heard like women
it's
talking.
excellent.
No, I lit
We've been
up when
having
I
some
heard
great
2v2.
conversation so far. We're actually still live right now.
Pause?
So you're.
Oh shit! No way.
Anything you want to
Hello,
say?
viewers.
How many
Huh?
viewers we got right now, Jalen?
Don't make me start
we
crying.
have 3 on Twitch and then 4 on YouTube.
Wait, so how many in total?
Sometimes I
So
think
we
about
have
like
7.
We got
if
7
you
viewers
came
right
to
now.
Hello,
if
Seven.
you
Can you put
came
me
to
on
the
mic?
screening
Yeah,
today,
you're on the mic right now.
how
Hello,
different things
7
would have
viewers.
been.
This is Mr.
That's
Mr.
actually like crazy
calling
that
in.
happened.
I have a question for the backcountry crew.
Oh, what's up,
Gage
Gage?
has a question.
Hi, Gage.
What's your favorite dessert?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. That's a great choice.
Dude, that's a great choice.
I know.
Whoever said that, guys.
Elwood?
I go to Jalen first.
Oh. I gotta say tres leches cake. I really don't really like it that much, but it's just tradition at this point.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Gabe,
rice pudding.
oh, that shit's fire actually.
Y'all all got the best
Oh.
desserts. That's like top 10 right there.
Gage,
What's
Gabe
yours?
said
What about
happy
you?
birthday as well on the stream chat.
Wait, what'd she say? I didn't really hear.
Gabe, he said happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Jalen. I appreciate all.
Not
of y'all.
me.
No, Gabe. You know Gabe?
Gabe.
Gabe Smith?
Me?
I think so. No, Gabe.
Gabe Smith.
The guy who's giving you
Yeah, I
the
know
job.
Gabe.
He wished you a happy birthday.
Oh, tell him I said thank you.
My go-to dessert, I'll be honest with you, is like the fruit tart. Like, it's like has the pie crust with the cream and the fruit on top.
Oh,
I
I've
like
never had
that
one of
shit.
those.
Oh yeah.
Is Johnny still outside?
Well, maybe
But
after
hey, I
we're done having
appreciate you
Gage.
calling,
I
bro.
believe so.
I'll hit you up later. We're about to see if we can get these tattoos, man.
Okay, no worries. Keep me posted on where you guys are. Once we wrap up, we'll see how it goes right now with everything, with all the technical difficulties. But yeah, I'm glad you're having fun, man.
Okay, bet. Well, good luck to the rest of the hour or 2 hours, whatever y'all do.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
Peace out, Gage. Happy birthday,
I'll
dog.
catch y'all later.
All right, peace. Peace out, Andrea. Peace out, Jeremiah. Jam.
Say goodbye to the backcountry gang.
Oh, but yeah, Ian, I called you a barista because you dead ass like we said, surprise us, and then you did. You literally, you
Bruh.
mathematically calculated what movie you thought that we would like. You're like the videos where they roll up to the drive-thru and they're like, I'm having a bad day, make me something. And they're like, and
That ever happened to you?
Yeah, people.
No, in the mic.
People ask for surprise drinks pretty often, but sometimes they'll ask for a surprise, and then I'll ask like, do you have any dietary, restrictions? And then they'll be like, yeah, I'll just get the caramel macchiato. Be like, for sure. It's fun to cook something up.
Anyone ever have a mental breakdown in front of you in the drive-thru?
There've been a number of incidents inside the cafe, not really through the drive-thru too much. We had a woman come in once. She was acting erratically, and then we had these like baskets that cups we were selling were in, and she emptied out all the baskets and started grabbing like food, merchandise, stacking them, putting them on the tables, flipping all the chairs. Then she like took her shirt off. I say she was having a pretty low point.
Top 5 Starbucks moments?
I don't know. Once there was a guy jerking off in the bathroom, like completely naked, like staring at himself in the mirror.
Oh, so he wasn't in a stall either.
Like
He wasn't even the
He
stall.
was kind of like Tony and Pusher 2.
a little bit.
Wait,
It's like single thing restrooms.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't lock the door, and my coworker, went to use the restroom, and she got more than she was hoping.
Why was she walking into the men's restroom?
Is it?
Sorry.
There's no men's. It's just like there's a
bad.
code. Yeah.
Wait,
Sorry
what
about
happened?
Once there was a like naked guy jacking off in the bathroom at work.
He was actually masturbating?
Hmm. And then we called the police. Cock in hand.
The sperm came
How do
out.
you know?
Someone walked in the bathroom and he left the door unlocked. And it's crazy because we called the cops, but they didn't show up for like 30, 45 minutes. But he didn't leave the bathroom. So we just had to keep working knowing
didn't
like
come?
what I don't know, maybe he went for round 2, but like we knew what he was doing in there.
There's a guy just jacking off for
That's
40
happened to
minutes
my
in your bathroom?
dad.
I don't know if he was jacking off
Did
the
she
whole
make
time.
him lock the door?
I mean,
No,
there's
no,
nothing
no.
you can really do.
No,
That was your dad?
No, oh, sorry. He was off. No. Fucking. I feel like that's really. I remember in Barstow. Do you know like the giant it's like the McDonald's
Yeah.
appendix. I remember
Yeah.
he was like he just came out the bathroom and he was like, I don't want to talk about it. I was like, what? He was like, I just walked by, got vigorously, door open, locked eyes, just kept going,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's
bruh.
crazy,
It's
bro.
crazy.
What's the place you're supposed to call? One time at Burke's that happened. Like a dude, he like jizzed on like the clothes in the fitting room, and they had to call like
What?
hazmat.
Yeah, biohazard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come in there in the suit,
He jizzed
Yeah.
on the clothes.
Well,
or on the door, something like that.
Well, speaking of all this jizz and shit, let's talk about the scare of 61st.
Scary.
The scary of
Scary
61st.
Okay, Anthony, that's you.
All right. First, Norby, can you give us a thumbs up? Is Johnny doing okay?
Yeah, I just told him his number one priority right now is to vomit as much as possible into the bucket I gave him. So,
Oh God. Gabriel says, sorry about that, Ian. Sometimes you just got to take care of business in a Starbucks bathroom.
You ever just had a rebel
Bro,
max?
imagine if Johnny like went into the chat and went like, so
I gave him my jacket because he said he was cold. He's out there right now. He can probably hear us. Yeah, I don't know. He shouldn't have ordered the Four Locos. Yeah, the Four Locos is crazy. He gave me one sip of the Four Locos. I took like a big swig of it, and that's the first time I've ever tried a Four Locos, and I'm like, I understand. I understand why people would die off of this. But yeah, he's out there right now. He couldn't quite handle it. But he should be okay. I'll check up on him after the podcast for sure. I told him once he's done out there to drink some water. I showed him where the faucet was so he could drink some more water. And when he's done, he can come in here and collapse on the floor. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, the scary of 61st. First and foremost, I would categorize. I would put this film in a box, in the box of exploitation films. You know, first and foremost, it's the true definition of it. You know, you think of exploitation films of the 70s, black exploitation films, all those films are all banking off of topical issues of the times. And this one, what's more topical than global pedophilia?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah.
I had watched this movie close to when it had come out on Shudder, at least 2 years ago at this point. And even when I saw it back then, it had always been one that I had on my list for the podcast. And I thought, what better time than now? The list is out. We got some files out.
Yeah, we do.
Topical. And you know what? This second time around, I forgot the ending, or I forgot certain parts of the ending. I like this film. I like it. I like this film. I think it's hilarious. I think it's unsettling. I think that it's well shot, and what I appreciate about it too, in a similar yet different way than the Pusher films, it has a youthful and edgy spirit to it. You know, feels like it was made by someone of our age. And Elwood had looked it up, and I wanted to bring it up on the podcast. But it was actually directed by the detective girl, the girl, the one who goes in there. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and really, a film like this. Oh, yeah, and there's certain things just about it too. You know, we can talk about if there's a place. You know, I think there's a place for all types of films, but for an exploitation film, you know, is it wrong to, one, make something like this, and two, to talk about it, not necessarily celebrate it, but talk about it and find what we like and what we don't like about it, and on top of that too is there an appropriate window for that? Jalen brought up there should be a 10-year gap or something like that for certain things like this, but. Just to give not even my 2 cents, my 1.5 cents on it is, at least for me, when I watch something like this, it puts those issues closer to the forefront of my mind. And I think in a sense that is, whether it's an intention, that's a byproduct of something like this. And film doesn't always need to have a message or some type of social byproduct, but if it does, I respect this angle at it than almost like virtue signaling. Like, I'd rather watch this than the Surviving Epstein documentary on Netflix, you know?
Gotcha.
What did you guys think about this film? Also, I was very drunk this time watching it.
Yeah.
Now I want to hear Ian talk.
When I looked up the film, because I hadn't heard of it when you chose it, I thought it was like a horror film about, you know, Jeffrey Epstein related, but this movie was hilarious. Like, at first it's like everyone is not a very good actor in here. It sort of seems like, but then after a while, it's like, I think this is an intentional choice to have the deliveries come across like this, because not only does it feel like given the little context I have on like the filmmakers and their, you know, sort of ideologies, it feels like they're satirizing themselves a lot of the bit, because, you know, they obviously are in the Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, like, sort of conspiratorial, but it's not like super far-fetched conspiracy. It's, you know, whatever. Yeah. They're in that camp, but they're also making fun of how invested they probably are in it, while also like making fun of everyone else involved. Like, it's very non-discriminatory in who they're satirizing, which made it like super funny to me. Even like the boyfriend like he was probably my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
He was hilarious. Every single line delivery he had was like a fucking zinger. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
I'll finish myself.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. And like Anthony said too, it also was pretty unsettling. The scene with her and her boyfriend, when she like said the 13-year-old stuff, like that made me super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Which I think was the point, you know.
Mhm.
Like if seeing an adult say that makes you like feel so disgusting, you know, given like what the reality of the situation was, it's like, yeah, like obviously it's terrible. And then when she was outside of like what Anthony said was his real apartment, or like one of his real apartments.
Yeah, the scenes where she's like possessed and freaking out,
Sucking
and
off the
there's
doorknob.
the JE. That's his real apartment. It deadass had a JE, Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein, outside.
Yeah, that was unsettling too.
Yeah.
But
There- sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, but overall, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Be interested to see if the filmmakers even want to make another movie. Like, I
Mm.
don't know if this is like a one-off type thing or if like they're trying to jumpstart their film career. But
They're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
The director, she works mostly as an actor. Like she's been in the show Succession, the HBO show, and different things like that. But honestly, I'd like to see another film from her.
Didn't she say she was like a podcast?
yeah,
host or
the Red Scare.
The Red Scare.
Yeah, but that's the like director detective girl. I don't know about the lead actor.
Gotcha.
I looked it up. The brunette. What was her name in the movie? All right. Well,
I
that
don't know,
one-
I couldn't tell you.
the-
I don't think any of us could tell you.
Noelle.
Oh no, wait, Madeline Quinn,
is that her name?
the one who's like on the side of the.
The lesbian.
Yeah.
The brunette
Yeah.
is her name is Noelle.
When I went to Letterboxd, this was her only film listed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How the fuck did you know the?
Oh wait, no, it might have been Betsy Brown.
Wait,
Alright.
who's
Thirsty
Madeline
Elijah.
Quinn?
Who's Madeline Quinn?
I
I
remember
believe the blonde chick.
Oh, okay.
Who's Noelle?
The one that we just said.
The blonde chick.
No.
Oh, brunette.
Betsy
Well,
Brown.
Okay, well, it's her only film, but I was gonna say the film. I enjoyed watching it with you guys. I think I would have enjoyed it watching it by myself, but definitely not as much as I did here.
Yeah.
It was fun fucking with Johnny, but now that he's outside, doesn't really feel as good anymore.
Yeah.
I did
But-
want it to be a communal experience. I feel like it would be way different watching it by yourself or at
100%.
home.
Yeah.
Like you'd almost
Absolutely.
feel weird. Like what the fuck? Why
yeah,
you
no,
pick
I
this
would turn it
movie?
off.
Yeah, there's
But,
almost something more
um,
like when somebody suggests like a movie that's not good, where it feels just like, what a shitty movie. Fuck
Yeah.
this. You know, but when you watch it together, it just feels like what a great experience. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
it becomes more of a shared thing. Yeah.
The film surprised me because it reminded me of very two different films from each other, but yet they combined it. They reminded me of All the President's Men, and it reminded me of The Exorcist. Because I think especially just the opening with like all like the shots of the building and all the statues and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
Just like, I guess this it's like the idea of evil and shit like that.
To me, yeah, it's like the Exorcist meets Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, see, the Eyes Wide Shut comes in at the end mostly though, when like they come up and clean up the fucking the sex room and shit like that. I don't know. It's I enjoyed my time. I'll never watch it again. The poster is better than the movie, and I do kind of wish that we could see it on some sort of clear monitor, like maybe just a better projector. Just because I didn't realize it was 16 millimeter till you told me it.
Yeah, and I told them this.
It was 16 millimeter.
Yeah, the projector doesn't do it justice because it can only do up to a 720p transfer from computer to projector. But watching it on a proper screen, beautifully shot film on 16 millimeter.
Wow.
Nice to look at. Great halation, great grain,
I noticed
great
some
skin tones.
For some reason, I noticed the halation, but I didn't think it looked good. Yeah, it must have been
Yes.
probably because of the projector. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't even.
This
I
is a
didn't
little
even
bit
consider
of a tangent, but honestly, I'm not that big a fan of at-home projectors, and for that very reason, because
Yeah.
it's bigger, sure, doesn't mean it's better.
It's better. Yeah.
Well, this did feel like one of the better ways to experience the film. It reminded me of, like, in the form of, like, something that multiple maniacs or, like, it started to remind me a lot of, like, Rob Zombie movies, like House of a Thousand Corpses, even though, like, I feel like I enjoy a movie like House of a Thousand Corpses better. But like what you said, it's like a 70s sort of like exploitation sort of. There's all these zooms in it, you know. It's very, I would say it's very self-aware. And I don't know. Like Norby said too, it's better to watch it with like a group of people. Yeah, it's like two. I think I said this with Elwood and Jalen. It's like 2 weekends in a row watching a movie that's just like obscene. Last week was Multiple Maniacs. This week was this.
Multiple Maniacs was really good though. So
was this.
Yeah.
So is this in a way.
I do agree. Like some parts were like genuinely like kind of disturbing. Like whenever the blonde girl starts doing her thing, as the movie progresses, that got to be like weirder and weirder. And I will say it was like an effective film in what it was going for at some parts. I don't know if I would watch it again, but I do think it like, I don't know, it just makes you think of like, I don't know if you would call it like paganism or like Satanism being like present in like the modern day, or just like, you know, thinking about Jeffrey Epstein and his sort of stuff. And it is funny because it feels like in some sense like there's people who, if you hold ideas about like a conspiracy theory or something like that, people look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
When sometimes too, like, it's reasonable to maybe have like doubts about certain topics or this or that.
Yeah.
So it was a fun movie to experience with you guys. Obviously not an amazing film, but it felt like it fit into the sort of genre it was trying to portray.
Yeah.
Is your tone, Mr. Norby?
Oh. No, yeah, I felt like I think it was interesting that it was not really buzzwordy, but like, you know, they showed genuine footage of somebody with an actual drone going over Jeffrey Epstein Island, you know, and it's just, that's crazy. And then they obviously went to the actual building where, you know, the actual apartment, and that's a genuine building. There's this one guy named a Gypsy Crusader who was notoriously really racist online. He would dress up like the Joker on Omegle. I don't know if you guys know this guy, but he would dress up like the Joker on Omegle, and he would like you know, either he'd be really nice to certain people, like based on where they were in their life. Like if it was like somebody who was being abused, he'd be really nice to them. Or if it was just like some random like Joe Schmo or like somebody who was a liberal, he would be super like racist and like just bigoted toward them. And you know, it's obviously really wrong, but he got really popular on the internet and meme culture. And I looked him up, and there's a video where it's just like a collage of all these different things he did before he went on the Joker makeup. You know, so the whole backstory behind him is like during the BLM riots, he got jumped by a bunch of guys, like a bunch of Black Lives Matter people, and he became, you know, he got jumped, so he got beat up, and in turn became super. He basically is super. His origin story. He became super racist.
Like in the Joker movie when he got beat up by the kids.
Literally like that. He's literally. So that's why I dressed up like the Joker. But there's a video in that collage of videos. You know, before he, started dressing up in the Joker makeup, he went to Jeffrey Epstein's like that. Literally that same apartment where they're at the front door, like knocking on it and stuff like that. He went to that same building, but he cornered Ghislaine with a bunch of other reporters just like asking her like a barrage of like millions of questions about like Jeffrey Epstein. And so it's just like, you know, it was a genuine building they went to, you know, and it's just like that in itself is crazy and, you know, probably a short-lived reality, you know, just the fact that any New Yorker could probably at that time go up to Jeffrey Epstein's building and just look at it, just be in the presence of it. So that in itself was kind of crazy. But yeah, as a movie, it was a lot of fun to view with you guys. I don't know if it would have been the same amount of fun by myself.
It would be a great drinking game movie.
100%, yeah. I had a great time watching it with you guys. But yeah, I don't know. It reminded me of watching like a short film. Like it just felt like something that was very made by filmmakers who were very inexperienced on every single stage of production, you know, like pre-production, during the production, and post-production. It just felt very student filmy, I guess, to say the least, you know, which is to say inexperienced. That being said, there were still ideas in it that I think were interesting, and I would have liked to have seen fleshed out a little bit more, like, you know, if I were viewing it by myself, just analyzing it. But I still had a good time watching it with you guys today. Yeah.
What'd you think about it, Jalen?
I feel bad because y'all are like giving it pretty positive reviews. I'm gonna tear.
Well,
okay, I guess
say what you gotta say, you know.
I want to tear like this movie a new asshole.
Do
in
it.
terms of like,
do it. Just do it.
When I first saw it, I was excited in terms of cinematography, where it was like he said, like The Exorcist, which I didn't even really like The Exorcist because I did the same thing Elijah did, where I was like, The Exorcism. And so when I was like, why is it showing me this fucking priest? I don't give a shit. And like my mom also chose it for Halloween. So anyway,
Let's go.
So I was really excited by some of the cinematography. Like I remember it was the statues of the cherubs and shit, and the crystal shop, where it was like, what was it? It was like red lighting on the outside, harsh yellow lighting on him, blue lighting in the background. Like that's just great, like blocking in terms of just values and shit. But I felt it was really exploitative in terms of like, it's like with any tragedy, I feel like we make fun of it, and that's just the way especially Americans deal with things, where it's like, oh, 9/11, we make jokes of it, but we never specifically
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like we never, like, it's never like we're showing anyone's face. It's more the idea of a national tragedy, versus this, it was showing victims' faces and like making parallels with the main character. And well, I guess I don't know if she's the main character, but it felt very kind of gross, where I was like, you know, like this all just kind of happened, and these girls were underage, and you're like dressing this character up as her while she was underage, and then making her touch herself with people that she was molested and raped by. And it just, I was like, especially finding out it was a woman director, it almost felt kind of like a betrayal. Or I was like, you should have, I don't know, I was like, you should have known better that even though these girls are older now and have come out, and obviously their face is associated forever with Epstein in the public eye, you should have enough respect to like maybe create a I guess like a faceless victim, where it's like more suggesting an idea of a overall, rather than I'm picking this one off of this newspaper, and also I'm just gonna have really weird sexual themes throughout everything. Like I'm gonna focus on cherubs a lot. Which when they started doing that, I was like, I understand, like, this is beautiful imagery, but also you're, like, shoving it down my throat. I already know that these people were underage. And then I did notice, like, very early, I was like, this is going to turn lesbian as fuck. When it was, like, the conspiracy theorist walks in, and it was weird shots of her legs and fishnets, and I was like, I was like, I think this is going to go a little south.
Even just that first, like 5 or 10 minutes where it's like, can I sleep in your bed?
Oh yeah, can I sleep in
Yeah.
your bed?
And she's like, I'm not drunk enough to let you sleep in my bed.
It all felt like I said this when we watched it. I was like, this feels like a really long intro to some fucked up porn. It feels like what people skip through, and I don't know. It felt weird, and all the shots of white panties, but they all have like mostly like patterns and shit on it. So you're like, is that blood or And I just felt like I understand what she was trying to do. It just felt really insensitive, and it's like, no one should have to restrict themselves in their art and what they want to say. But also, I think that ethically artists have kind of responsibility to their subjects. So, and I feel like this director did not do a well job.
Maybe you start with The Scary of 61st, and you double feature it with The Sound of Freedom.
Oh Lord, I fell asleep. My mom put that shit on. She's like, "What about the children?" But she's Catholic, so I remember she's like, "It's about thy home." And so she put it on. I said, "Okay, I'll watch it so I can log it on my letterbox." I could not stand it. I was.
You didn't wait to hear The Sound of Freedom?
Bro did not hear The Sound of Freedom.
But anyway.
Interesting.
See, I get what you're coming from, Jalen, and I agree. You probably shouldn't do this, but also, I wasn't thinking that hard about the movie, to be honest.
No.
Well, to me, I feel like that's fair in the sense of like, to the public, it's only been a couple years. But he's been doing this for 40 years, right?
Jesus Christ.
Really? Wait, 40 years?
Since the 80s. Since the 80s.
This has been a known
Why'd
thing.
you have to say it like that? That makes him so much more fucked up. But yeah.
And he got arrested in 2008 and only served 13 months. And then they let him back.
A month for every year.
Yeah.
Bro, it to me, it's genuinely hilarious, though, when they're like, wait, that's Ghislaine.
I didn't realize that's how you say her name.
Well, they said Glenn in the movie, but it's not. It's just Ghislaine, right?
Ghislaine?
Ghislaine or Ghislaine? But it's
Ghislaine.
not Glenn.
Ghislaine.
There's an S in there.
Wait.
It's silent.
Yeah.
It's silent?
How did they say it in the movie?
Glenn.
Or
No, they said Glenn.
They said Ghislaine Maxwell, right?
They say Glenn.
No, they say Ghislaine.
Do they?
I thought it was Glenn.
At least that's the way they pronounce. Like that's what
I've always
heard.
said Ghislaine. Sorry.
Serial
I've heard
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine too.
I've always. It doesn't matter. It's not even that big of a deal.
But okay, that's a crazy thing though too. Is that like, where all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff happened, he died, whatever, and she was still free for like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
But she was free for enough time for her to erase all evidence before she had to testify in court.
When she got arrested for life, I put it on the backcountry story. And I downloaded a bunch of pictures of like prison cells to put behind the story. I remember that specific. That was
Bro was creating a scrapbook.
That had to.
You should have added
like a digital scrapbook.
Yeah.
That had to have been like at least a year ago. At least.
You should have added like an angel flying, but put Jeffrey Epstein's face on it.
I mean, no, I didn't.
You were going that far.
Whoa,
bro.
it might actually be Ghislaine Maxwell.
No, it is not. It's like in the movie. No, it's not.
Yeah,
in
that's
real life.
100% not Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, not like
The woman in the movie looked like a punk rocker. She looked like straight out the 80s.
They nailed her hair though.
For real.
I didn't think they were gonna show her face, like just the way that like the
They
build-up
shouldn't
was.
have.
Yeah.
No.
Like I guess it would have been like maybe the more reasonable thing to do. But again, it just makes it like so much funnier. Like no, they make it a dramatic reveal. like we're gonna instantly recognize her face.
Imagine it actually was her. Like they casted the actual woman.
They were revealing names like fucking Avengers.
That's
like,
true.
Well, okay, that's the thing though too. Like in real life though, because like she was spotted just going to the cafe, just living normal life. Like you very well could have seen her in New York or like wherever.
That's true.
Paris or wherever.
How old do you think Ghislaine Maxwell was for real?
In real life, or what do you mean?
In real life.
Like right now?
we can just look it up.
RN, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'd say she's in her 50s.
Okay.
I want to say like 67.
67.
Yeah.
A specific number. Give me a specific number.
58.
58. Okay, that's not too bad.
62.
Okay, what about you?
59.
Okay. Yeah. So Elijah just looked up. She's 62 years old right now, right? Like.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard.
you got it. You heard me. Okay.
Yeah, I heard you say it.
62 years old. I don't know the thing about this movie and other movies like it, like The Sound of Freedom, it almost it makes you wonder about, I guess, sort of the conspiracy theory aspect of it, you know, where it's like you're doubting people who are in, like, I guess the 1%er, or the people who are in control, or people who have a lot of power in this country. And automatically for me, I you know, I've always not always had doubts, but I guess I've always had like questions about it, you know. And I don't know, I never knew, and I still don't know if I'm right about any of what I wonder or what I've been exposed to online. But this is one of those movies where it makes you want to talk about that with other people. So I guess how do you guys feel about that? Like, less about the movie, more just about the real world implications of it, because it's pretty big, you know.
For me personally, in my life, I will never forget the image of like going to the Walmart when I'm like 6 years old, and before, you know, they got the first automatic door, then the second automatic door, and they have that little air chamber, right? The airlock.
Yeah.
And on the wall in the airlock, and when you check out, they have the missing children's wall.
Bro.
You know? And it's like 30 missing children. They could have ran away or whatever. My first short film I made at UNLV was about a kidnapping.
Was it really?
It's called Yandi. And maybe Yandi goes in a different way, but it all started from this very concept and how simple and it can very well be. Because really the part where like you get lured to a car and all that, I got that because I was listening to NPR and that happened to a girl.
Wow.
And so I think about that stuff a lot, and honestly how common it is, not in America but in a lot of other countries, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a serious thing, and sometimes, you know, when you watch stuff like this or whatever, I almost get concerned that it maybe undermines that. But at the same time, I don't know. It doesn't. I just also don't feel like there's the way to do it that's not like making it like 12 Years a Slave, but about, you know, sex trafficking, you know. And I think 12 Years a Slave is a pretty decent film, but like at the same time, I don't know how much it also helps, and you know, so it's just one of those things. It just almost feels like a universal issue, because like this isn't even just a recent thing. This is basically from the start of human existence, you know. Like it's always in a regard been around. Charlie Chaplin's wife was 12 years old, you know. when they first married. Like this is never gonna change. I don't think. I don't think that's a good thing or bad thing or whatever, but something to keep in mind.
Really 12? I mean, obviously she was 12 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Or I get
Elvis is obviously Priscilla was 14.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Charlie Chaplin.
Either way.
Yeah, either way, 14, 12. Jesus fucking Christ. What the you're marrying a child.
The thing about it though is like on paper, you say it's kind of disturbing. But like I have an aunt, she's like 90 right now, and she got married when she was 16, and to her it's a love story. To her, you know, she doesn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
So it's weird to think about all those things contextually.
Sure. Yeah.
And to me, bringing it back to the movie, some of my favorite aspects are when they first get to the apartment and it just shows certain things, like there's just a random mirror on the ceiling. There's just random hidden beds, hidden doors, and all that, and doesn't really go into it. But those implications to me are a lot more interesting than some of the other stuff that it eventually goes into.
That thing at the beginning where there's like the two doors, when he's like describing the apartment to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he stands in between them. That part was really weird. That like, I think that's like one of the more effective parts of the movie, because I don't know, it just makes you think like, okay, like even beyond the movie, in the movie itself, but like beyond the movie, like people design things for like a certain purpose, and these are like evil people designing things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, well, I don't know how to describe it, like this house, but
Sorry.
there's just something like unsettling of like knowing someone made something to like lure somebody in, or just something like that.
Yeah. The movie immediately almost promises more than it could deliver, And in that sense,
It does not deliver either.
Yeah,
it just gives us the fucking eyes wide shut letter.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you look that up?
I seen it already.
I mean, but you looked it up before when you first watched it.
No, first time I watched it, I just went in cold.
Yeah, but like that letter at the end. Did you know that?
I've seen Eyes Wide Shut, so
Yeah. Did you remember?
Comes to mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's the exact same letter, like word for word.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But and we've had these conversations too, and regardless if it's fact or fiction, they're interesting stories.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley Kubrick makes a movie like Eyes Wide Shut and dies, right? Even if he is 70 years old, it's just I don't know. It's just provocative, and sometimes. To me, sometimes the truth can be subjective in that way, to where like, regardless of, you believe it at face value or not, the idea of it keeps me up way longer than if I just
imagine
believed
if he didn't fucking die. Imagine he just faked his death.
No, which is the real life.
Yeah, probably
Which is
real
the
life
truth.
is he faked his death to make the movie seem even more fucking
Well,
crazy.
I was gonna.
And the actual conspiracy theory is more crazy than you could ever imagine.
Well, I was gonna ask,
Right.
did they show like the pictures of his body that were like flashing on the screen? Is that real? Is his body like on the internet, like the autopsy photos or the crime scene?
Probably
wait.
one of like him on the gurney, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
But it could be fake.
Yeah.
Bro, he literally said before he went into prison, he said, if I kill myself in prison, I didn't fucking kill myself. And then what does he do? Not even like a month in, he kills himself.
Jeffrey Epstein said he. Jeffrey Epstein.
He said if I go into prison and I kill myself, I didn't fucking kill myself.
Did he say like specifically, I didn't kill myself, or like someone else did it?
He said like I would not commit suicide.
Did
Jeffrey Epstein said that.
Yes, Jeffrey Epstein said this.
Did people know who he was like on a mainstream level
Yes.
before he died?
Not me. Not me.
Well,
Not
no,
me.
well, obviously
We'll
there
go
was
around
a-
the table.
There was
Okay,
All
Yeah,
right,
to
me-
not me. Let's go, Jalen, and we'll go around. Jalen, did you know who Jeffrey Epstein was
Before he got convicted.
Yeah.
I think I heard. I didn't know his name, but I would know story. Like it was like those things where it's like the wine. I think after Weinstein got caught, it was kind of
Yeah.
like I would see clips and it's like Paris Hilton hinting at blah blah blah, blah and it'd be like I'd be like, oh,
Okay.
Who
Do
is
you
this
know
guy?
Pizzagate?
actually I would have to be explained for me to actually answer. What is Pizzagate?
I just like that line in the movie.
Pizzagate is basically they found it in the Clinton,
Wait.
Hillary Clinton's emails. It was basically she had a lot of emails where they said they were gonna have pizza, like a bunch of random people. What was it? Cheese pizza, which
And
is like
that's where it
which is like
comes
sort of basically stands for.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
get
yeah,
it. We
yeah.
get it. we
Wasn't
get it.
there
there's
also
a rubric out there.
Wasn't there
yeah.
also a thing where they found it in like a pizza shop?
Yeah, there's a specific pizza shop where they talked.
That
The
is-
weird thing about it, which I haven't read the emails, but this is just secondhand from what I've seen from videos. People said that it was weird that she in her emails mentioned one specific pizza shop so often. Why would a politician mention
She
pizza,
loves her
let alone a
pizza.
specific pizza shop, so often?
That's me with
you know?
Grimaldi's,
and,
bro.
and then they they did some research on the pizza shop, and then it was just like weird that it was like being covered up. I don't know.
It's like
I really don't know much.
check on Johnny.
Good idea.
Jesus.
Good idea. Okay, Anthony, go ahead.
Well,
About Jeffrey Epstein before the conviction.
Where's Johnny go?
oh no.
Oh, Lord. You want to go check?
Is he not there?
Maybe go look for him.
You guys can all right, keep going ahead. Elijah, you can sit down. I'll go look for him.
Okay.
I'll deal with this.
No, I didn't know who Jeffrey Epstein.
Strips.
You know, honestly, even when the Harvey Weinstein stuff happened, like, I didn't all the way register for me. Maybe it's just because I was young, or I was a kid, or not a kid, but at least I was in high school when the Harvey Weinstein stuff happened, and all that. And so then the Jeffrey Epstein thing happened, and even then I don't dive too much into actually reading into conspiracies, but you sit, you ponder, you think about things, and we brought it up before. We listened to the David Lynch interview with Alex Jones, and they talk about 9/11, and 9/11, and basically all David Lynch is asking for is sometimes things don't add up, and he just wants a solid answer. And the thing that frustrates me about not just this stuff, but whatever thing that you can fill in these holes with your own ideas, is that there's no solid answer. And maybe that's just a facet of life, you know? How many times you might lose a relationship or a friendship and you don't have any closure? That's just how things are sometimes. So, something I think about. But I'm going to hold off on saying it on air at the moment.
Okay.
But
I was not aware of who he was before he got arrested.
What about you, Elwood?
Before he was arrested?
Yeah.
Who?
Epstein. Or
The New York financier.
oh my God, bro! That's a reference to it's Conan O'Brien with I think it's one of the writers of SNL, and he's just playing a stupid bit where he's like, oh yeah, I love my Jeffrey Epstein. And he's like, buddy, you know, he's in jail. He's like, the financier from New York? No.
Why would he be in jail?
Yeah, he's like, why you're pulling my leg? He's like, I'm afraid to tell you, bro. He's gone. Jeffrey Epstein. You know what? I'll call Ghislaine right now.
oh.
Anyway, did you know who he was?
Well, yeah, of course.
You knew before
no,
he was
I
arrested?
didn't know who the fuck he was, bro. No, but I just looked it up right now. Wait,
Okay.
what's up?
He's going to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Do you need me to hold your hand?
It is dark out there.
Did you find him?
No, he's not in the backyard.
What the fuck?
He's not in his car, so he's definitely inside the house.
What the fuck? Bro, Johnny's a fucking rat, bro.
He doesn't have his keys, does he?
Okay.
Are his keys over there?
So I just looked up some information. I guess I was mistaken. He didn't say that if I kill myself, it wasn't me. He didn't say that, but he did say that's basically what he meant. He basically said because he was on they had check-ins with doctors and shit like that while he was like incarcerated, and they asked him like questions about like taking his own life and stuff like that, and he said, and I quote. Wait, the psychologist wrote he was smirking and said, "Why would you ever think I would be suicidal? I am not suicidal, and I would never be." This was 23 days before it happened.
Whoa.
I do remember that was a thing.
And then after the judge denied his bail request on July 23rd, they put him on suicide watch. but then he was taken off of it 31 hours before he committed suicide.
And the cameras just
They
so
cut
happened to
off.
not,
They cut
not
off.
be working.
What the fuck is
And
that
the,
shit?
the judge,
The guard
guards,
fell asleep.
the guard fell asleep.
Like, okay, you can't tell me that doesn't add up. Like, you can't.
He also
could
said-
be the wild possibility of coincidence, and we
Mhm.
happen to find patterns and coincidences. But it really is. We're like,
Well, okay, well, you see, there's even more to this, right? Okay, you gotta think about it, right? You gotta think about it. He wasn't convicted yet. He wasn't convicted. He was just like the judge did
On
not
trial.
rule. He was on trial still, right? He said that he reported that he was living a wonderful life and denied that he had any intention of trying to take his own life again. Epstein told a jail psychologist, "I have no interest in killing myself," reported, adding that he was a coward and who didn't like pain, adding that as a Jew, suicide was against his religion.
bruh.
He said that he was basically all he said was like, "I'm ready to beat my case and return to my normal life." That's what he said. That's what he said because he was
I'm so
certain.
excited for this nonsense to be over.
And the thing about and then also it says supposedly that these documents were put out into the public after the after he committed suicide, right? It said that it said that on the day he fucking died, on the night he died, he allegedly placed a social phone call and spent 15 minutes speaking with his girlfriend, whatever the fuck her name is.
Ghislaine.
No, it's not even that. It's Karna Shulaika. I don't know how to say it. But the call wasn't included in his phone logs, and Epstein supposedly told the unit manager that he was calling his mother, who had died in 2004.
Maybe he just went to like help build the tunnels.
Bro,
Bruh.
he's living in those tunnels, bro.
Maybe he did fake his death.
See, that's what I'm saying is like, bro, okay, you gotta think too, because he wasn't even convicted yet. Like, he was so certain that he was gonna beat this shit, like,
He
no matter
wouldn't
what,
have.
right? He wouldn't have. But that doesn't. All I gotta say is, wasn't it like, because she just got arrested, right? The girl.
No, she didn't get arrested till like a year or two after he
He
died.
died already.
Yeah, he had a. But that's crazy how she was just out for a whole year.
Because there wasn't.
She could have done anything in that year. She could have done anything to delete anything or to get rid of anything.
I do.
Jarvis.
In my heart, I believe that.
I do think she
believe
probably
that.
deleted, but I also think it doesn't even matter what she deleted at this point. We just all know it's a thing.
Well-
But what? No, sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say too, like trials, all that, lists, black book, documents. It just feels like
Well,
they're still holding
There-
back.
do you guys know there was already a case in 2004?
Of
Yeah.
what?
Him.
Yeah.
So-
he's already convicted.
I thought it was 2008.
Something like that. It was like
In the 2000s?
Yeah, in the 2000s. Basically, they fucked up, and some shit. I don't know how they fucked up, but basically, he had access. What?
There it is.
What? Where's he
the
at?
Four Locos.
Is that Black Rifle Coffee?
No, this is Black Buffalo Blend.
Is he
Courtesy
here?
of the Beverly.
Where did Johnny go?
Norby.
Where'd Johnny go, bro?
Went to my mom's room.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, basically, in the 2000s, he was caught. Basically, he had like this house and what it was like. It wasn't. I think it was like a tiny island where he lived next to fucking James Patterson and shit. And basically, they fucked up somehow where maybe they fucked up the warrant or something. But basically, he had a desktop in his house. And by the time they got to it, he already had access. So he wiped everything. And they're like, whoopsie daisy. So.
I read something today where it's like the first time he got arrested was basically someone claimed he like sexually abused their 14-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Then he did a plea deal. He pled guilty. He served like 13 months in jail, prison. And then they just were like, they let him out again.
they didn't care.
They knew.
Of course, he had a whole system. He had a system
Exactly,
where it's
bro.
like, which I always thought was so fucked up in terms of like I feel bad for the victims who were I don't know if they were technically prosecuted, but they definitely got in trouble because they were like, well, you were sent to get other girls, and it's like, oh well, if you're part of a giant, it's like a fucking MLM, where it's like if you're part of a giant chain, what else are you to do but follow his orders, which is to recruit other girls. It's all fucked. It's all fucked. It's all fucked that like that's when I'm like, oh, if there is a God, he has no power on this earth, because I don't believe God had a plan for them. No, he did not. God does not know this shit is happening. But
That's tough.
See,
Did you take my seat, you son of a bitch?
You were looking for Johnny. I thought he was dead.
His brother's
Bro.
suffering, and you take even more from him.
He's sleeping in my mom's bed. He's totally fine.
see,
Huh?
Actually.
all I gotta say is if he pled guilty to that 14-year-old and got only 13 months, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he could have beaten it, bro. Like he had hella money. He had
Bro,
hella money,
He
bro.
had a shit ton of money.
Like, not even just like I even feel like even if he couldn't beat it, I feel like he could have like done something where he just could have like gotten out of jail.
what the fuck?
Bro, it actually scared me because I was like, wait, who are those, who are all those people?
Are there more?
But I just feel like he could have at least like gone out of prison and just like kept that shit like at
But
hold for like years.
I think no matter what, the fact he was caught so severely with the book, it didn't matter if he was dead either way.
The Black Book?
Yeah, he was dead either way because I think at that point, it's either like he has to choose to kill himself to evade the wrath of these people, or the people are just gonna kill him.
See, what I do gotta say also that was in the thing I read is that basically a person says that they know that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself because he heard him tearing up the sheets before it happened. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's true, but it's really strange because it says that it was basically like the person who said this, it was being told from like a third person. So it was like that. So say like, for example, Norby was in the cell next to Epstein, and he heard Epstein like kill himself, right?
Okay.
But then he told me, and then I told the press.
I think it's possible. I think it could have been like, yeah, someone murdered him, but also that dude was fucked. It's like, okay, would you rather take your own life, or would you rather know you're getting like fucking like the revenge of hundreds of powerful men that are probably gonna fucking torture you and women. My bad.
So here's something that Car Bomber told me. That's something that
I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it.
I half subscribe to, but I half don't subscribe
It's
to.
not real, bro.
Just listen to me. He thinks that everything that comes out on that level, whether it's celebrities or conspiracy, whatever, he thinks it's like not necessarily preordained, but more like he believes that it isn't a coincidence that it's all purposeful. Everything that you hear about in the news, or at least on like a conspiratorial level, like Epstein, that wasn't an accident. That's what he believes in, and that he believes in that whatever sort of conspiratorial like weird thing that's happening behind the scenes that is happening. He thinks that it's so much weirder than what we could ever imagine. And there's a certain level in conspiracy theory thinking where it's like I can understand where he's coming from, but when he talks to me about these ideas, it's like I don't have the context for what he's talking about. I kind of understand where he's coming from, and I wish I understood more, but at the same time, it's like you'd have to be crazy to believe some of the things that he believes. But he genuinely believes it, and it's just like I can't help but listen to it and think like either he's done a lot of research, but there's even times where I listen to him and it's just like, this is you're talking about something that is, you can expect me to believe what you believe. You know?
Do you know who
Bro.
Car Bomber is, Ian?
I've told him a little bit.
Bro's
pen
name
pal.
is bro's name is Car Bomber, bro. And you're out here being like, I half believe him.
I do. Dude, you have to.
Bro, I want you to know, if he's not telling you information, it's because he doesn't even know that information either, bro. Someone told him that, and now he's telling you that. You're like those emails that they send out that's like, send this to 10 people or else you're gonna
The
fucking
wall
die.
chains.
A little
Like
bit.
for Jesus, ignore for devil.
Yeah.
A little bit. There's still an aspect to it where I can see where he's coming from, you know, and I listen to it, and I understand where he's coming from. I can kind of understand where he got the information from, not fully, but regardless, it's still, even if it's not true, it's still an idea that is interesting to me.
I think at a point you just have to ask yourself, do I need to know? That's how I feel. Where it's not, and I hate right now where it's like the whole thing where it's like, if you're not posting on your story about this, and that, you're supporting the Holocaust. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? A little 21-year-old girl in Las Vegas, where it's like,
Jalen is Hitler.
oh,
Jitler.
I did play Hitler in a play, not like a big play.
Jitler.
Jalen.
I have a bad habit. I dance with both my hands like this. Like, so when I'm driving in the car, I'll be driving with one hand, and I'll do it with the other hand. And my friend was like, Jen, she was like, oh my God, what are you doing? I was like, I'm dancing. She's like, no, don't do that, bro.
Did that genuinely happen?
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm Nazi saluting, but
That
I'm
is
not.
really
I promise.
Bro,
I'm
that's
dancing.
How'd you do it?
Because I dance.
Don't-
I won't
don't
do
do
it.
it, don't do
I
it,
won't
don't do
reenact
it.
it. But I dance with both hands like this.
Elijah just did it.
Let's go. So,
But if I'm driving,
so people thought you were double heiling.
That's what I thought.
I guess I give that type of vibe. But anyway, with conspiracy theorists, like all that, it's like, yeah, some sinister shit's probably going on. I don't need to know. And even if I didn't know, I'd get killed. And that's not swag. So, like, I'd rather just... It's there's always going to be, especially with court cases that deal with very sensitive subject matter that involves sex, it's going to be notoriously hard to look through it. Whereas even if you try to look at a local case you might know, you have to be a reporter. And even then, they only get so much information. So no matter how much you want to dig, you're not going to find it unless you're within that court system and you want to risk your life putting that information to the public. But anyway.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna bring it back to the film, and
Bad.
I was gonna bring it back to the film, but also to close it because I want to go home.
Yeah, it's sleepy time.
I'm about to go.
I'm about to go hang out with Gage.
Bruh. I be seeing Ian, bro. I feel bad. Like, I'd look over and you'd be just like micro-napping. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I guess, Ian, do you have any more thoughts specifically on the movie or the whole situation with Epstein?
You know,
The political economic state.
yeah. Can we please just talk about the? You know, I'm not gonna lie. I've never been a fan of Epstein. I don't think I ever will be.
Valid.
Unless a crazy turn of events happens. But the movie was enjoyable. I'm interested to see like what conversations they had when they were writing it and when they were filming it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to know like how guerrilla it was. You know, I doubt the city of New York's giving permits to film outside his apartment. You know, I'm curious because it played on when you had it up on Prime, it had the little trivia in the corner, and it said it like played at some festival.
Berlin.
Yeah, Berlin. So I'm like wondering, how did that work with like getting the?
If they can do it, I can too.
It's 'cause they're German.
But like getting the rights to the clips on YouTube and like stuff like that. I don't know. It seems like logistically it would just be a really interesting film to to dissect, and I don't think I'm interested in listening to the Red Scare or anything like that. But if she made another movie, Dasha, I'd probably check it out if it sounded interesting.
That's the name of the actress for the like detective sort of
Yeah.
lady. Yeah.
But yeah, good experience watching. Maybe not a good movie, but had a good time.
Yeah.
Good pick, Anthony.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about if it's a good movie, because it's about how that movie affects you to make your good movie. Movie like this, it's almost frustrating. The more you talk about it and everything around it, that it almost trips on its own shoelace when it gets too silly for its own good. That being said, Turks takes a certain set or level, or maybe, for a better word, lack thereof of balls to make a film like this. And I respect that. I do. I always appreciate something shot on film.
I honestly didn't notice.
You got
I did
to
not
just
notice.
check some stills out. Just look at some higher quality stuff. Looks good. It looks fine. It looks decent.
It's kind of confusing to me because we also watched Woman Under the Influence,
Mhm.
and that's a film where you can definitely tell it's shot on film.
Yeah.
You know, so for me visually, I'm confusing certain moments of like halation.
Well,
You know.
see, okay, so that's a big thing about film and grain and all that stuff. Just because something's shot on film doesn't mean it needs to be dirty, be whatever.
Right.
For the first 100 years of filmmaking, the whole goal was to eliminate that, to properly expose the image and all that, because everything was filmed. So, you know, it wasn't cool for it to look that way until it was, you know? And I do think that there's a certain character to it. And then what I mentioned with Pusher and whatnot, where it's like, this wouldn't be the same if it was on digital. And even within film, certain lighting sources, certain colors kind of sing better.
Yeah.
The clearest way I could tell, even if I didn't know if it was shot on film, is just the creamy skin tones. You know, it's just great. But I think I was gonna say I wouldn't recommend this film to people, but I recommended it to my closest friends. I'm gonna go ahead and rate it, and I'm gonna give this film a 38 out of 62.
Okay.
What's your rating, Ian?
I'll give it a 50%.
Out of 40, I would give it like 12.3. I want to watch Eyes Wide Shut right now.
12?
0.3 out of 40.
0.3. Like you didn't even say the 12. You just said 0.3 out of 40.
Well, yeah, because you obviously heard the 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's shot on the film, bro.
Why the 0.3?
Well, because if you do a round number, that's a rookie score.
Like 0.30%. 0.30%.
No.
No, it's 0.3. 0.03?
If you do a round number, that's a rookie score. You gotta do decimals.
12.3.
Y'all really got us doing math with your scores.
Why'd you have to go and get all smart on us, Elwood?
I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed watching it with you guys. It was definitely thought provoking.
You were thinking a
You
lot.
know.
During this
Yeah.
movie.
I was thinking about those fucking gargoyle things that are like
Oh yeah.
possibly in New York. I don't know.
They're probably real. The cherubs.
I
and
was
stuff,
thinking
the
about
cherub
that.
statues.
It's like shit. What if this is what like Jeffrey Epstein was looking out of the window at while he was like banging like a 12-year-old?
Dog, all right.
You really
What are you
just
gonna
said
rate
that.
it? What are you gonna rate it?
Oh,
what are
you
gonna
just said
rate
that
it,
on
bro?
the air, man.
What are you rating it, bro?
That shit's just out there. You just said that.
3 a.m. thoughts.
It's 3 a.m. Is it 3?
3:32 a.m.
Some might
Holy
consider-
shit. You said that at 3:32 a.m.
It's me
Out of
time.
12 years old, I'll give it. No,
I'll give it 9 years
no
old.
not 12-year-olds. Out of 14 years old. No,
It was 13.
You know what? I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. I'd give it 2.5 stars out of 5. Better than the gay Paul Mescal movie. More.
To all the women out here, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Yes.
Gabe's probably
okay,
here.
There's 2 watchers on Twitch and 1 watching on YouTube. Which I was gonna say, there's 2 things in the chat from Jen. Still, I think this is when Johnny was dying. She said, "Bro is gonna be found dead by the end of the stream." This one, I don't know what you're referring to, Jen. So you'll have to like respecify. She just said every fucking time. Which that could apply to a lot of things, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Like the Epstein thing.
I'm sorry. Maybe it was when I said 9/11. I did tell her I have a 9/11.
Somebody brought up 9/11.
Me.
You did, yeah.
It was
Are
like
you-
briefly.
Oh yeah.
But I
what do you
still
rate
said
it?
it.
No,
Okay.
what do you rate it?
Oh, well, let her finish going over. Is that everything that Jen's had?
Oh, she said your damn dance in the car.
You're damned. Oh, the double high.
And
I almost did. I did that.
fucking
That's the
instinct.
closest. That's the closest I've ever came
Muscle memory.
this year to doing a Heil Hitler.
Anyway, your score.
I don't know. The first thought in my head is 9 out of 10. But it's obviously not a 9 out of 10.
When we finished the movie, the first words that came out of Norbury's mouth were, "This is a perfect movie."
In terms of viewing it with people, it is a perfect movie, you know. And if you're drunk, if you're viewing it by yourself, I could see how this would be painful. This would be like torture. But at least with everybody else, I don't know. This felt like a great movie to watch with people. You know, I don't know. It felt like watching like a student film, you know, and in that ways it has.
We love student films.
Yeah, we love student films. In that way, it is very flawed, but entertaining in a way that is very different than you'd think. You almost have to, have the palate for it, I guess. You know, we've seen so many student films where I feel like we can kind of watch this and understand where they were coming from and the inexperiencedness of it. And even just the buzzwordiness of it, you know, like there's that one part where they're researching it, and it's just like, I don't feel like I'm learning anything new from watching them research Jeffrey Epstein. I feel I've already seen kind of all this stuff, and it was very buzzwordy. Yeah, I don't know. I'd give it probably, like a failing grade. I'd give it a failing grade out of 10. So that'd be like a 5, I guess. What is that? A 5? At least a 5. At least a 5 out of 10.
10 what?
Just a 5 out of 10. What do you mean at 10 what?
What do you give it,
I've always
Jalen?
given it out of 10.
What do you give it, Jalen?
Oh,
What does that mean? Sorry. Go ahead, Jalen.
1.5 out of 5. The 1 star is for cinematography. The half is for the conversation that happens afterwards.
But should I say it again?
I said
The half is for the friends we made along the
Yeah.
way.
half is for the friends we made along
You
the way.
said 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
So
And the
that-
1 star is for cinematography in certain parts.
There were I agree with you. There were certain parts that were cinematography wise like kind of cool. But yeah, it was like 10% of the movie.
Yeah.
It was like 10% of the cinematography was like, that's pretty cool.
I remember the one part I was like, you dropped the ball, dude. It was when
Yeah.
she's fucking herself in front of his apartment. I remember I just saw the shot and I was like,
Cringe. Yeah.
I this was a director's vision, not yours. I trust you, cinematographer.
Yeah, it reminded me of almost seeing like a Half Moon Films type of thing. You know?
Like.
Like.
Anyway.
Okay. So all right. So let's move on to the next portion of the.
OMG! Holy moly!
The next portion.
That was crazy.
Next portion of the podcast is
I like the zooms.
What?
There's actually a cool. It's like the one scene when they're first moving into the apartment, and it's like a slow zoom out, and it's just the one shot. I thought that was pretty impressive. I think their performance wasn't like the best, but like, you went for it. You know, they went for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But their performance could have been great.
You think so?
I think.
If Norby was directing.
I think if the script was different.
Maybe if it was with guys, it would.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe if we cast Elijah for every single role. If Elijah was every single character in this movie, fuck, man, this movie could have been great.
We need to stop talking about Epstein
I'll
now.
finish on my own.
Dog, we're done.
We're done. Next portion.
That was better. He didn't even try. That
Next
was better.
portion. It's 3:37, please.
All right. So next few episodes, we need to figure out a director. This is basically gonna be our lives for the next month. At least a month. Could be
Stanley
more.
Kramer.
What the?
Oh, he's saying Stanley Kramer.
That
Do we all
what
get
the
one
fuck?
Do we all get one pick? Then we
okay,
battle.
So what have been the options we've talked about before?
Oh,
We talked about Zack Snyder. We talked about Robert Rodriguez. We talked
Gaspar
about
Noé.
Gaspar
Gaspar
Noé.
Noé
We
was,
talked about Terrence Malick,
David Lynch.
David Lynch,
Terrence Malick. Oh, that would be painful.
Who?
Sean Baker would be cool.
Terrence Malick.
Oh, Sean
would
Baker.
be
Sean Baker would be fire as fuck. Actually.
Terrence Malick's made like 4 3-hour movies.
And
The only Sean Baker movie we talked about is Tangerine.
Oh, we've
I
already
think that-
done one.
John
But-
Waters.
I would. There's
No,
there's
fuck
there's,
no.
there's Takeout, right?
Oh, the Safdies.
There's there's
Takeout?
there's
Takeout's
good.
But see,
And
what's
there's
the
not too many
one
Safdies
Yeah,
movies.
that's a
he
good
did
point,
after
actually.
Takeout? Some of them are really hard to find.
Scarlet.
No, he did one
Scarlet.
before. He did one before Scarlet.
Broadway Prince? Prince
Yeah.
of Broadway?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can find that on.
You seen it?
it? No, but you can find it at the library.
Oh, okay.
get your library card.
Get
Just
Cardi.
gave me a half-scratched disc of Broadway Prince.
It's the
And
only
I gotta do
proper
a
way.
director deep dive on.
Darren Aronofsky.
Fuck no.
Damn.
I think Sean Baker's a great choice.
The Whale. It should just be a whale deep dive.
Yeah. That's what.
What's it? But yeah, he doesn't have too many movies either.
Sean Baker.
No,
Oh, I got one for you guys.
what's that?
Ian Watson.
Let's go.
I've already seen 100% of his films.
100% that are available.
Lost Media.
Lost Media.
Lost Media.
Lost Media. Nico Walker.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah, Luca Guadagnino would be interesting.
That would be cool. Todd Field. Yeah, he's only
He has
like
3 movies.
That could be one.
I'm gonna leave it to you
Todd
guys.
Salons.
Whatever you guys.
I
wanna.
just.
That would be cool.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't want to. I would prefer not to take like 2 to 3 episodes to finish it.
That's fair. That's valid.
We don't have to do like the whole
their
filmography.
I agree with
We
you
just-
too.
I
Yeah.
think we should. No, if we're doing a director deep dive, I want the first feature to the most recent one.
should do
I'm
it,
not doing just the best of.
Just do like Birdman.
That's true.
No.
Inarritu?
40 films.
That's
And
only
you're
like
too-
6 movies, 7 movies.
But
What
Elijah,
else?
there's
What
four
else?
there's 4 3-hour movies in his filmography.
Okay, we'll watch. We'll watch Paris
you
Chatham.
know, that's why Vincent Gallo was the best one to start off on.
He only made 2 movies.
Exactly.
No,
It took one episode to
He's
watch
made-
all of his. To
He's
talk
made
about all
more
his movies.
They're just he won't release them.
Hype Williams.
Yeah,
In
that's
the-
true.
Hype Williams has belly.
Let's go.
Who made
Spike
Bardo?
Jones.
Spike Jones
Who?
wouldn't be too bad.
Bardo.
Spike Jones?
Jones would be
You
fun.
said what?
Who made Bardo?
That's Alejandro Inarritu.
Okay.
And you're
That's
right.
only 7 movies.
We should do Lee Chang Dong.
That would be cool. That would be really cool, actually.
Kurosawa.
Fucking A. Well, we can't make heads or tails. of it.
Don't worry. I got it, guys.
Kiarostami.
All right.
Viewers, listeners, this is a lot harder than you think it would
Can
be.
we just do this later?
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
later and do like
what
a
time
vote.
is it? Can we
It's
set a
Dog,
deadline?
it's
Like if we don't,
3:41.
Dog, it's
By
If
4,
we
I
ha-
gotta
4 a.m.
go. I gotta
we
go,
have, like,
bro.
I
4
think
minutes,
maybe how about
3:45.
Guys.
Guys,
Wait.
Wait.
Guys, Ian's been up for almost 24 hours.
For real. How about this?
I'm just gonna say that much.
How about we go home,
John
we
Hughes.
sleep, we think about it, maybe put it in the chat, maybe narrow it down to 3, and then put a poll on the story, and the people can pick.
Whoa. Do you guys know now you can post polls in your caption and in the comments?
That's dope.
What?
You could do that then. Cause I just we gotta go home.
You can't message somebody that you don't follow.
You're not following
Or
someone on
no,
here?
that doesn't follow you.
Is someone not following
so
you
she
on
won't
here?
Respond.
I'm more confused.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Jalen made a good point. I think, I think
let's-
this is a big decision, and we're not prepared for it.
Sergio Leone.
Yeah, we should do an
yeah,
LA
the Zone
trip,
of
an
Interest.
LA trip to Zone of Interest.
comes out here next week.
Oh my goodness, really?
AMC.
All right, I'll be
Let's
there. I'm there.
go.
I'm there.
He only has like 4 movies, right? 5
That'd be a
movies?
good one.
That'd be because he honestly has an interesting career.
Sexy Beast, Birth.
I have Birth
Under
on
the
DVD.
Skin. I have.
Me too.
We
With
both
Nicole
have.
Kidman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's a great movie.
Found that shit in my fucking abuelito's collection, and I was like, "What the? Why do you have
Yeah,
this?"
Birth
Should do the
Under Skin,
Wachowskis.
and then the new one.
Tarkovsky.
Okay,
No.
we gotta
going-
decide this another day. All right, you wanna do transition or I don't know?
So basically,
Okay.
there
Hit
should
that
be
fade
you see
button.
in the scenes section there should be something that says black.
Right here, fade to black, or
I think that could probably work. I was gonna say bottom left of the screen, of just like the software kind of. You
there's
see
black.
black? Yeah, click on that.
Okay.
All right, now you could hit like
Ben
fade,
Stiller. We should
and
Fade.
that'll basically
Just fade, not fade to black.
fade. So basically, you see in the bottom right it says stop streaming and stop recording.
Yeah.
So basically, Johnny would hit fade and then hit stop streaming and stop recording.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it. You're an expert. There you go. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Peace out, film fans.
This is Bat Country.